What's good, y'all?
What's
Yes.
going on? What's going on?
Yes, man. Welcome to Intellectually Embracing Speech Corner episode 15. We got 15 of them things, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yup.
Let me give a quick shout out to Sister Foxy Moon Premier. Thank you for joining the family. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. As always, the link is pinned in all of the chats. All right. You know what I mean? So if you want to jump on anywhere that you are at, you can jump on. The link is there. Okay. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? It is Saturday, so y'all know what Saturday is. You know what I mean? Hopefully y'all got your weekends and all that, settled out. Salute to Lola. Lola, hopefully you feeling better. Definitely check out the replay of me and Lola early today on the Black Files, episode I believe 23. You know what I mean? Definitely check that out. Check that out. On top of that, y'all, hopefully everybody's getting a little Super Bowl parties and festivities together, man. Hopefully, you got a location to go to. Maybe you're watching the game by yourself. Whatever you got going on, man, enjoy your Super Bowl weekend. You know what I mean? If you are in Vegas, man, definitely turn up, man. Hopefully, you're having a good time in Vegas and doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? Your moonlighting, the spotlighting, and all that. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I know Vegas is lit right now, so yeah, whatever you're doing, man, enjoy your weekend, man. You know what I mean? That's what I just want to advocate. Enjoy your weekend. I know it's still cold in a lot of areas. We trying to bear through the cold, and we trying to get through that whole season or whatever. So yeah, man, just bear with it. Make sure you're drinking your water, your fruits, your veggies, your vitamins, all that. Take your little chicken noodle soup, whatever you got to get to keep you going. You know what I mean? Do your thing. You feel what I'm saying? Just look under the coverage, watch some reruns, whatever you got to keep yourself motivated through the cold. The cold is a grind. I get it. You know what I mean? It's not like summertime when you can go out and actually enjoy the outside, right? You have to actually be inside because it's actually more safer for humans to be inside than be out in the cold. We can actually lose a life if we're in the cold too long. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, enjoy your winter, man. Push through it. You know what I mean? We only got about maybe another 4, 8 weeks of this. You know what I mean? It's gonna get hot and gonna get warm, and you know what happens during that time. So, yeah, man. And as I said, we have some things cooking up. Do a little quick promotion, man, before we really get into the show. We got a lot of things coming up, man. We got a lot of things coming up that I know Evolution is cooking up. I have a Friday, I'm about to have a Friday night late show hosted by my man Victor Freeze. All right. You know what I mean? Him and a lot of people that you see on this panel. You know what I mean? Because it's going to be mostly hosted by the people who are admins. You know what I mean? They're going to be on there on Friday nights. All right. It'll be late Friday nights, okay? Because we want to give y'all a late Friday night show. We know y'all get off of work on Fridays. You want somewhere to chill. You know what I mean? You want somewhere to kind of be at. You want to watch content that's dope, right? So this will give you the chance to kind of do that. You know what I mean? And just chill on a Friday, man. Now, I don't know how long these Friday streams will be because I will not perfectly be on there. I may be on there for the first hour or so, but after that, I'm going to bed, okay? Or I might be playing some 2K or whatever I'm doing, right? But I won't be on there for the whole stream. So if they run to 12, they run to 12, right? I'm not telling them not to do 12 hours. I'm not telling them to do 12 hours. Whatever they want to do, whatever they decide to do is up to them, right? But like I said, everybody who's an admin will be in control of those streams, and whatever they decide to do and however long they decide to do it is on them, which will be happening a lot more. So as the months go on, y'all will see that you will probably see less and less of me, and you'll still see everybody on here who's basically controlling the streams, but I will start to fade to the back more as I gear towards my time off, which will begin, you know what I mean, in the month of May. In the month of May, I will not be on the network as much. I'll be on break. So, definitely, man, tune in, you know what I mean, to the others. Still tune into the network, all right? The network is not me. I am just a part of the network, okay? And like I said, I de facto own the network, but outside of that, man, tune into the shows, man, because they're going to be coming, and a lot of shows, like I said, will still be running, you know what I mean, and they still will be running, all the time. Salute to our music curator, Von Eric. Blessings to Von Eric, man. Blessings to you, bro. You know what I mean? As you hear that wonderful music in the background, that is the music, you know what I mean, supplied by Von Eric. And make sure you subscribe to all the content creators that I have at the bottom of the screen. Okay, you see all the names, all the people. Some are already on the team. Most of them are people on the team. So make sure you like and subscribe to all content creators, all right? You know what I mean? Show everybody some love, man. Like and subscribe and all that. Even the ones in the chat, like our sister Foxy Moon. Make sure you like and subscribe to her channel, okay? I know Lola has more than one channel. She has Average at Best. She has a Love Experience. She has a host of channels. Make sure, and Lola, you got another channel too. I think it's called Dragon something. I forget. Please forgive me, Lola, because it's my mind is. I'm trying to remember a lot of things right now. So, but I know it's your latest channel that you came out with. That's fire. You know what I mean? And definitely, man, Von Erich don't have a channel yet, but you know what I mean. Definitely, if you get a chance to politic with him, definitely do that. But yeah, family, what's going on, man? What's going on with Smitty? What's going on with Grace? These are my two great people up here. What's good, y'all? What's going on?
I feel wonderful. I feel great. Everything is awesome on this side. Like I say all the time, every day that I wake up, I don't have nothing to complain about because I have the opportunity to correct what was wrong yesterday and or prepare and fix for tomorrow. So I'm all right, more than all right. Okay. So other than that, I mean, you can catch me here on Saturdays, right? You can catch me also right here. You can catch me on my channel. I'll say what is that? What is that? Monday nights. All right. So other than that, you can also catch me with my twin right here, Gracie, on Thursday nights, definitely. And other than that, shit, you can find me wherever peace and solitude resides. And I digress. My mic is muted. Gracie, go ahead, give me your take, and we'll go ahead and get this show on the road.
What's going on? What's going on to all my embracers, all the great content creators, and of course our awesome chat and moderators. I'm just glad to be here. I'm working with an awesome team and I love it. You guys can find me over at Embrace the Grace, my channel. I'm there. I try to be there Monday nights with Smitty, my twin. Still trying to get my schedule together. Tuesday night with Black Man Unfiltered. Thursday night's my show. Saturday night here with Intellectually Embracing Smitty's Corner. I'm on YouTube, TikTok. I'm all over the place. So keep embracing me. Keep sending me the great content that y'all want me to talk about because I ain't never scared. And let's get into it. Run it.
Definitely, definitely. So that's the channel that Lola has. It's called Game of Dragons. All right. Definitely check out Game of Dragons. She has some great content. She has some great interviews and perspectives, man, that she does on that channel, man. She definitely has some theoretical content on there that she really gets into. You know what I'm saying? So please check her out, man. You know what I mean? Like I said, check her out on there and definitely check her out on this network, the Black Files episode. On all the episodes, man, she definitely been cooking, you know what I mean, on the Black Files. So, you know what I mean, she cooks everywhere she goes. She's like a world renowned chef, you know what I'm saying? So definitely check out Lola anywhere you can find her. And definitely y'all, you know what I mean, support all the networks, man. If you want, hit the like button if you would like. You know what I mean? If you don't, then you know how I am, man. I'm indifferent with it, so do what y'all do. But yeah, man. You know what I mean? I'll pull up the first video real quick. You know what I'm saying? This is some humor for y'all. You know what I mean? That I know somebody wanted to cook up. So we're gonna drop this video.
Yeah.
Get into it.
I just wanted to say this on this one. I believe, always a good way to get the ball rolling for the Saturday night, right? And I would just like to personally call this one the trick not to do at the party. All right. Rock out so.
Definitely, definitely. Salute to my man Marcus too, man. Marcus was good. I see you in the building, bro. What's good? What's good, Marcus? You know what I mean? Fair use as always. All right. You know what I mean? And thank all the people who allow me to use their stuff in fair use. I appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? Because you really don't have to, but you do. But you know what I mean? Thank you for fair using it. You know what I mean? And letting me do my thing. You know what I'm saying? Let me pull up this video. All right. Hold on, let me mute myself. All right. Everybody mute themselves. Let's get it going.
So yes. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, that is called the trick not to do at the party. Um, that also could be remixed and called Best Ways Never to Have Kids. That's right. That's right. Because not only was this Johnson on fire, then I don't know, it was like a Michael Jackson song. They just had to beat it because you try to beat out fire. So now it's just like a fiasco. So I would say don't do this trick at the party. Okay, learn from this guy. All right, sit on that one right there. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to get this ball rolling. So,
I think I think another way you could call that is called I would call it fireballs.
time. Hey, I like that one. I like that one.
Oh
I
man.
like that one.
Hey,
Okay, now.
when I be watching this stuff, like I'm gonna be honest with you, when I be watching it and I be seeing that type of stuff, man, it really, I really be thinking like, man, boredom. Yes, that's another good one. West Coast podcast, roasting nuts, right? My thing is that I listen. I've been bored and done things as a child, right? I've done things as a child, not as a grown man. 'Cause I was a grown man. You know what I mean? I may say that was a teenager, but you know what I mean. If he's a teenager, he's a very late teenager, like very very late. All right, but I think that's a grown man. So I understand the level of boredom, but what as a grown person, right, makes you, what I mean, do something so dumb? Now, as a kid, I would have did something like that. I'm not even gonna front with you. As a kid, I would have definitely did something that on that level of stupidity. But I was a grown person, so I don't know what the boredom is going on. I don't know what's really going on. And definitely, man, salute to White School Podcast. Make sure you follow her on all social medias. All right, you know what I mean. Show her some love. You know what I mean. So yeah, man, like that's I don't know how bored that brother got to be, but he was definitely bored. Grace, you got anything on it?
He's a fucking idiot. I mean, that's that's all I have to say. It's like, do people not, are they not thinking of what they're doing and the consequences of what can happen? I mean, like you said, are they that bored? He's a fucking idiot. He should have jumped in the shower. Why are you trying to beat it? Jump in the shower. But that's all I got to say. He's a fucking idiot.
He was smacking the shit out of him.
Jump in the shower.
Oh shit. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah, that's wild. So sorry about that.
Bless you.
With that being said, thank you. With that being said, look, I want to know about some things. So what I want you to do, my brother, I want you to go ahead because you know what? I want to kick it right off because Gracie, I definitely want your view on this. Soap, I want your view on this and everybody watching. Um, we're gonna listen to some questions and real stuff, stuff like that real quick, and we're gonna see what we got. Now, I don't know so what order you have things in. So which one are we pulling up first?
I literally have no idea. So you got to just tell me which one you want me to pull
Uh
up.
pull it up. Just the one that I told you that's a separate segment. Leave that one out. But pull it don't matter. Just not the Kendra one. Leave that for last. But pull up everything else for right now. Pull up whatever. Just pull the video up and we're gonna go from there. I'll see what you have and I'll give my synopsis on that from there. Let me see what you got in front of us.
All right, give me 1 second.
'Cause I did send you a shitload. So Gracie.
Yes.
All right. This shit right here. I have a lot to say about it. Now, I mean, is my man trolling? Of course he probably is. But the thing is, there's a lot of truth in this trolling. I call this the truthful troll. Yes, that's right. This guy is the truthful troll. Let's listen to what he says, and then I want us to go from there. Go ahead and rock out, so.
Side dude. Of course we fuck raw. We love each other. I'm her side dude. Of course I come over when you go to work. You work every day. I'm her side dude.
Fair use is always fair use. Fair use.
Of course I want y'all to stay together. Who else money we gonna spend? I'm her side dude. Of course my number is saved as Fashion Nova. I send all the promotions. I'm her side dude. Of course we met at her job. She don't go nowhere else. I'm her side dude. Of course our dates are out west bumbafuck so we don't run into you or your peoples. I'm her side dude. Of course your second child don't look like you. That's my baby. I'm her side dude. Getting head is a part of sex. I'm her side dude. Of course our homegirls cover for us when we out. I'm her side dude. Of course we have sex when she on her period. She told me you don't do it. Now we got a soul tie. She's never getting rid of me. I'm her side dude. Of course we call to see how far away you are. I'm her side dude. Of course I coach her on how to gaslight you into thinking nothing's going on. I'm her side dude. Of course if you catch us together, I'm gonna act gay. I'm her side dude. Of course we got married at work. We didn't jump the broom. We jumped the stapler. I'm her side dude. Of course I fake like I want y'all to break up and we can be together. That's a part of the fantasy. I'm her side dude. Of course she has to work late on February 15th. That's my day. I'm her side.
Wow.
I just I just want to know, so Gracie, want to start with you first. How real is that?
It is absolutely 100% on point. It really is. And there's when they say the truth hurts, but also the truth is really reality. And if we really break it down, this is exactly how if the side dude knows his position and plays his role very well, then absolutely all of this falls into play. Like Phoenix just said, too real indeed. Absolutely.
Nah, okay. Okay. Go ahead, Phil.
I'll say for myself, that basically, let me say this, right? Let me say this. I think that these are things that have been happening forever, bro. Like, this ain't nothing new. All right?
Mm-hmm.
This ain't nothing new. Let me give y'all a news flash, and I know, hey, some of y'all get mad when I say certain things, man, but I'm gonna say it. Some of you listening right now, all right, some of you watching this, and some of you in the chat or wherever else you are, right? Oh, wow, that's crazy. It's so true, but sad. It's not sad. It's life. Tell you why it's life, Debbie Howard. Salute to you. Okay? And I know we hate to admit this, but I'm gonna keep it G because that's just what I do. Y'all know I'm probably gonna make a shirt, right? Once I get monetized, it says keep it G, right? Or Soapbox keeps it G. Or Mr. Best keep. Matter of fact, it's gonna be called at Internet Soapbox. We keep it G, right? And you know why I'm gonna keep it G? Because we're gonna keep it G right now. Forget all this religious stuff that we all try to hide behind and us trying to be nice and all that. Let's just keep it G right now, right? Let's just keep it real. Some of our folks, whether it's grandpapa, daddy, uncle, whoever, mama, sister, uncle, cousin, right? Auntie, auntie, you know what I'm saying? Stacy, right? You love your auntie Stacy, right? She never did nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? All right, I'm gonna give you a news flash. Auntie Stacy was a side chick. All right, and she knew. Oh yeah, Soapbox said it. He said it. Some of y'all, not all of y'all, but some of y'all. Some of y'all got here because somebody was a side piece. Don't shake your head, Smitty. Come right back on camera. All right. Some of y'all was side pieces. Okay. All right.
Side piece babies. Is that what you're trying to say? Side piece babies.
Yes. I know you all want to believe that you were the only one, or they were the only one, but they were not. Okay. They may have been number one, or they could have been 1A, 2, 3, or 4, or 5. Right. You know what I'm saying? But some of these people in our families were not number one. All right. And it's evident they wasn't number one. Right? It's evident about certain things. Right? Or they may have been number one at one time, but they ain't number one no more. Okay? This is life. All right? The only thing now we got is the internet. So the internet, with the internet, we just know everything, right? We know, you know what somebody ate for breakfast. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know when they woke up, you know everything now. You know what I'm saying? Because we got the internet now. You know what I mean? And you know, a lot of self snitching and a lot of self sabotage going on the internet because this is just what it is, right? But at the end of the day, it was a video on Midlife Bro Logic. You got to go back, watch the video, and then you'll see what the topic was. Basically it's about side chicks and side dudes, right? This is what we get into, right? Is it a real thing or not? Basically, right? Now, salute to Mo Love, salute, and salute to you also, Midlife Bro Logic. But that's the thing, we know that right? We know that some of our peoples were side peoples. Know what I mean? And it's okay. All right? It's okay. This is a fact of life. Right?
See, so
now,
the thing is,
hold on. Let me land my plane. Smitty, right?
This is
now hold on. Yes, I know I'm saying something controversial. This is why I'm here. I'm here to give you the truth pill and be controversial at the same time. Right? Now listen, I'm not saying people's feelings wasn't hurt. Right? I'm not saying our folks' feelings wasn't hurt back in the day. They may have fallen in love with the wrong person. Something may have happened. They thought there was more than a one-night stand. Whatever the case may be, right? You know what I'm saying? We understand these things, right? This is life. But understand this is nothing new. Please understand this is nothing new. I want y'all to understand this. You know what I mean? This is nothing new. Okay? And let me tell you something too, right? If you want to talk about back in the day, you want to go way back in the day? Oh, it was even worse. It was even worse. Number one, women ain't have the freedoms they have now. Let's be honest. People of color ain't really have the freedoms they have now. Let's keep it G, right? And especially if you was a woman, you know y'all didn't have certain freedoms, right? It's just a fact. You know what I mean? So we all had to get our rights and everything voted in. But I know we like to pretend that everything back in the day was great, right? Everybody had a picket fence, a dog. It was the Wonder Years.
Because we did. Right? We did so.
Huh?
Everybody did.
Yeah, I know. We want to romanticize that, but go ahead.
I'm saying. So look, this is the thing. So okay, where I am with this entire video is this, okay? Because you know, Smitty's angle is always going to be a little, diagonal with it. So I'm trying to figure out now. So you said it yourself. These things have been going on. So we all know these things have been happening forever and a day. It's not old. But what's the difference? So niggas actually promote themselves being side niggas. Now, I'm trying to figure out, when did this started happening? Since when did us as men start promoting ourselves as side niggas? Can I really say, hey, respect to you? Can I really say respect to you?
I'm gonna tell you why they do that, Smitty, right?
What?
It's the same reason that people get on this internet and be flashing guns, knowing they probably gonna get locked up. That be doing the most. That's why your man set his crotch on fire in the video before, right? People do dumb stuff on the internet because they want to get clicks and views, right? They want to be noticed. They want to be famous. And the thing is, that's why, Adam 22 got his wife messing with all this type of dudes or whatever. This is all promotion, okay? And whether it's true or not, right? We don't know because we're not really there, right? But this is what it is. The internet, especially in America, right? Because we know in other countries they be banning stuff like this, right? In Asia, you probably can't find nothing like this. But in America, it's who and you know what's funny though, Smitty? I know for some reason I know you watched the Chappelle show back in the day, like I did, right?
Of course.
Now, remember back in the day, this was almost 10 years ago, maybe 15. Remember when Chappelle went to the small and was supposed to be the internet, and he was walking around.
Yeah. He went to all the rooms and shit. Yeah.
And it was just all type of craziness, right?
Right. The porn room, everything. Right.
Now it's even worse because now we have more access, right? Back then you ain't really have that much access. All you had was your laptop or your computer. Now you got your phone, your tablet, everything. You are always on the internet. So trying to do the most and trying to promote yourself and trying to show skin and trying to do all that, that's all what it's for, bro. And a lot of times they do it not because it's true, but because they know they're gonna get viewership. They know that us right here, we're gonna react to it, right? And we're gonna be talking about this guy who we don't even know, right? And he's gonna get more clicks and views on this video, and it's gonna grow. You know what I'm saying? It's sad but true.
That part I get. I totally get that part. What I'm saying is, as men, period, like, We've had that forever and a day, but since when do we start to promote it? Since when do we start to like actually say, you know what? Yep, that's the thing to be. And I even say that with sisters. You know, back in the day, it was called a love affair, and love affairs were a very secretive thing. It was very quiet, you know, for the most part. Of course, things blew up. Now, once it blown up, shit's wild in the mother. But during the time of that, during the midst, the height of the affair, oh, it was real quiet. It was so quiet. The husband, the kids, and the wife, whoever was, you know, involved with it, didn't even notice. They didn't miss a beat. Didn't even recognize it. Slowly over time, things built up. But all I'm saying is that I don't know. I'm just really baffled as to like men are actually like we're promoting ourselves this way.
But Smitty, you're talking.
That
You're,
shit is out of this
as,
world to
as
me.
you say, as you always say, you're talking about the old guard, right? Now, in the old guard, right? One, those rules applied, right? And then also with those rules, right? You like, let's say I knew that you had a chick, but you had another chick on the side, right?
Hmm.
I would not dare mention that because I would know that if I mention that, my life could
You
be in
know
danger.
what you're doing.
Yeah, my life could be in danger, right? Whether you right or wrong, it don't matter. It's none of my business, right? I'm not supposed to mention your business. You're another man, right? We knew that. That was the code, right? We had that code and it was in order, right? So I went. So let's say he was dealing with Grace, right? I'm not gonna go and tell Grace, oh, yo, Smitty talking to somebody else. Nah, because if I do that, then I know Smitty gonna be looking for me. You know what I'm saying? And that's real
Rightfully
talk.
so, as we all know, right?
Yeah.
And
So
rightfully so.
let me land, right? I know you would be looking for me, right? And you should because I'm minding your business and I'm not minding my own, right? You know what I'm saying? And you will have all and whether you're right or wrong, right? I'm already wrong because I'm already involved in something that has nothing to do with me, right?
Right.
I already stepped out of line. That's none of my business. I'm not in that house. I'm not paying no bills. I'm not involved in what you and Grace are doing. So I need to mind my business and keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? And we understood that back in the days, but now that's gone. All that's gone. You could, if you think that still exists, you is completely gone, right? Oh Lord.
There she go. There she
Oh
go.
gosh. Right. It's completely gone, right? Let me say that. Secondly, right, you're thinking as a rational person, right? You're thinking as a rational person, as a rational human being, right? These people on the internet right now are not rational, okay? I don't care if it's a man or a woman. They're not rational, okay? They're animals, okay? And they're gonna react to the animals and they want attention and they want money, okay? Because they live in a capitalist society that tells them they can do that, so they're gonna do it.
So, can
You know
you
what I mean?
imagine having sex with a married woman for all these years? Lord forbid something like that. And then that married woman passes away, and then you're just watching everybody else who's on paperwork get shit. And you have been digging it out. I mean, you have been just laying the pipe. You've been Mr. Plumber, Mr. Mario, and Luigi himself. And you don't get a motherfucking thing, nigga. You don't get shit. You don't get a damn thing. Why? Because you're on no paperwork.
Can I say
Facts.
something?
But like,
Can
That's
I
a
say
waste
something?
of dick. I'm sorry. I'm saying it. I'm saying it tonight. That's a whole waste of dick. That dick could have been somewhere else. You could have flown that dick somewhere else, my nigga.
I
Rock
get
out.
that. Like, listen, Smitty. Everything you're saying, like I said, you're thinking as
Why
a
y'all
logical person.
talking?
No,
Why y'all
you go.
talking like that?
Hold on, Lola.
What
We
you
gonna
talking
let you
about?
rock. Hold on, girl. Hold on, we gonna let you rock. Hold on. You're thinking as a logical person, Smitty. Like I said, all right. What you're thinking as is a logical person. You come from me and you come from a school of thought that's different. We were raised different, right? Okay. Everybody under our age that's 35 and under, they're not thinking like us, Smitty. They're not, and he's clearly under 35. You can see it in his face. You can see it in
So they
in his
retarded.
name and everything.
Gotcha. They retarded.
Right.
Okay.
However you want to call these youngers, right? Whatever, right? They move on different
Mm-hmm.
vibrations, and they about getting their money, right? By any means possible. Salute them three. So if they got to be irrational, whether it's a man or a woman, they're gonna be irrational, right? Because, like I said, the system allows them to do that. The internet keeps paying them to do that, and they're gonna keep doing the stupid stuff that they're doing. Whether they're showing guns, whether they're twerking, whether they're saying that they side dudes or side women, whether they're showing cleavage, whether dude put it all in his chest and eating a cheeseburger, whatever you got to do, it don't matter. Okay, they're gonna do whatever it takes, right, to make it, You know what I'm saying? Lola, I'm gonna let you rock. Go ahead.
Well, Miss Polly told y'all a couple weeks ago that y'all gonna have to get used to being brother husbands because it's not enough good women to go around. So I can see how y'all talking about it's a waste of deck because truth be told, like I mean, when it's a good woman, y'all don't wanna share, but it's like at the end of the day, I mean, don't be looking crazy when you got to be a brother husband. Okay, stop. She told y'all weeks ago y'all was gonna start
Don't
being
do that,
brother
Lola. Don't come up here doing that, Lola.
yeah.
Brother husband. Go ahead.
She told y'all that a couple weeks ago. She said, "Listen, y'all gonna have to learn how to share just like women." So I mean, now that y'all see that shit, what is the problem?
Gosh. All right. Well, y'all wild for that. All right. So look. So because that was a nice little warm up and everything. I'm gonna be real with you. I want you to pull up my man dressed as a candy cane. Now, actually, is wild. I'm gonna be real with you. These two ladies right here, you know what I'm saying, Gracie, Lola. I believe you two are going to be able to really give us as men real insight because this is one of those videos where I see where cuz coming from. Everything main man getting ready to say, job right there with him. I'm right there with him. But I just really
Right.
want to know, like, where ladies' heads are with this because I believe that's the best way to keep up. And that's the main thing I do try to also advocate and teach to the fellas who may not be hip. Of course, the best way to learn about women is to listen to the women. Just let me know. Okay, now.
And real quick, Smitty,
Go ahead,
upon with this video, the thing is back then there was discretion. There was actually respect among the cheating. There was discretion. People did things to do things out of the way. They were secretive, but
Mhm.
people just don't care anymore. There's not that same level of respect. And then you have the internet where everything
Okay.
can be put on the internet. You have more access to the fuckery. And there's just men used to respect a married woman, but now because women don't respect themselves, that's why they get treated the way they do. You know what I'm saying? Women love the men with wedding rings because it's much easier to deal with a married man. You get all the benefits, but you don't have to deal with the back bullshit of being married to a man. So what you were saying, Smitty, is back then there was more discretion. Just like with the rainbow community, there was more discretion back there. Now everything is just all out in the open. Nobody gives a fuck about anybody's feelings, the children, the institution of marriage. It's just all lost in the sauce. And it's not really funny because this is why we have broken communities. The fact that people are okay with that. Oh, I don't know her. I don't need to be loyal to her. Yeah, but back then, both used to be cast to death with stones. Back then, there were repercussions and people used to deal with that. But now it's just all over the place and there's no discretion.
Okay, salute to that. All right. So do you want to take a pause for a cause before you pull the video up? Because I'm ready to go on this one because I actually have quite a bit to say on this myself.
Yeah, salute to Tika, man. Salute to Wally. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Salute to everybody that's
yeah.
checking in. Make sure you like and subscribe to everybody who's in the comments. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying not to react to something that I've seen in the comments. You know what I mean? But I'm going to just chill right now.
Let's keep the show going. So
Yeah,
show must
no,
go on. You know that.
but it's very close. Very close.
It's all right, Brody. It's all right. It's all right.
I'm going to chill.
I got it.
It's already done. It's a wrap. But,
All right. Now, hey,
Simon,
come on. Let's keep it going. It is what it is, my nigga. You already know.
keep going.
Simon, salute to you, Sir Hectic. Just hold tight, Simon. We're gonna watch something, and then we're all gonna go from there. And I definitely want the ladies' perspective first.
Because men nowadays are trying to tell men to go for the less attractive woman because the less attractive woman will treat them better.
Bullshit.
That's real.
Bullshit.
It's real. And I'm going to tell you how real it is. Men have been
Bullshit.
preying on fat women their whole life. Bullshit. Straight like that.
I will agree.
Fat women typically keep a job. They typically keep a refrigerator full of food. They typically got the warmest mouths and vaginas on the planet. Listen, though, you know, like I know.
They suck the meal out of dick.
If we go to a bar right now and I see you and I see a fat chick and I really want to get laid tonight, I'm probably going to skip you and go to her because she look like a layup.
That's a fact.
Okay.
Like, let's keep it 100. And it's going to be, fuck that. It's going to be a lot of fat chicks, and respectfully, like when I say fat, I don't mean this in a negative way. If you fat, it just is what it is. I'm going bald. I got to respect it. It is what it is. There's no way to fluff that around. Right? Let me get back to that. There's a lot of fat chicks that feel like men don't choose them because they're fat, but a lot of men prey on them. A lot of men look at fat women for stability. A lot of men look at fat women to be easy.
But didn't I say that earlier when I was talking about looks? If you don't like me for my looks or whatever, then I feel like
absolutely. A lot of dudes fuck with fat women for shelter. They keep all the food stamps. They keep all the fruit snacks. They got all the 2024 snacks. Like these fat chicks, they keep a car and they gonna let you drive it, and you can give them minimum dick.
And they
have
suck the skin off your dick.
And yeah, fat women treat the penis like a new food for sure. Absolutely.
New food.
Absolutely.
It's not.
And you know what? And there's nothing wrong with it. I've met
something because.
All right. So, y'all heard that. Okay, now we have Sister Tika in the building. Salute to Top Flight. All right, so in regards to what he said, I'm going to kick this off, and then we're going to go to Gracie. We're going to go to Lola. This is perfect order. And then we're going to go to Tika. So, look, honestly, that was a thing at one point before the whole Lizzo experiment. Big girls are nicer, generally. They definitely have a better attitude, generally. I'm not gonna lie. From experience growing up, the skinny minis, they, I don't know. It's just something about their nose in the air. It's just always up there, So I know a lot of chicks that would say, "Nah, Smitty, you tripping. That's you just assuming, or that's just you being anecdotal." No, okay. I've seen this from TV shows and everything else. Okay, all right, okay. We have to pay attention to how generally these things work out when it comes to the big girl and when it comes to the skinnier chick. Now,
you lying, Smitty. You lying.
Look. You'll have your turn. What I'm saying to land it here is there is a lot of validity because honestly, like, skinnier chicks, they not gonna let you be as sexually open with them as big girls. Boom. That's right. I said it. You got the floor, Gracie. Rock on.
All right. Well, this video kind of hit home because I've always been a fat chick. But I never let that stop me who I am. You know what I'm saying? I had a best friend in high school, and she was beautiful. She was the most beautiful girl in high school. And then it was me. And I used to tease like, "Oh, we're the before and after twins." You know what I'm saying? And of course, all the boys would holler at her. But once they found out what an empty shell she was and wasn't about shit, it was just about her looks, then they try to holler at me. I said, "Nah, I ain't no hollaback chick." You went for her first because you saw looks, and then when you found out she wasn't about shit and she was arrogant and thought she was all that, you want to come to me. It don't work that way. But it makes it sound like all fat chicks have low self-esteem, and that's why we are nicer and we're this. We're just who we are. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of arrogant fat chicks, and there's a lot of nice skinny girls. But the thing, he was right when about the 2024 snacks. You best believe my nightstand got snacks in it. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is turn around and say, "Babe, I'm hungry," and I'm in there in that kitchen whipping you something up and got snacks and whatever. But at the end of the day, whether you're fat or whether you're skinny, it really depends on the content of the women. But to kind of box it in is because they're fat is, I don't know, it's kind of weird to me. but it is what it is. Men are going to think what they're going to want to think, but coming from that life, I just never allowed my fatness to stop me who I am. I played 4 sports in high school. I was the most funniest. I was class president, and I was still a fat chick. And I still pulled guys. Never dated guys from my high school, always outside of my high school because I didn't like that in-house drama. But it just makes it sound like fat chicks have low self-esteem and that y'all lay up with us because we can't get, dick. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I disagree and I agree with it.
Thank you, Gracie. See, that's what I'm talking about. Woman that can be objective. Lola, go ahead, Lola. I know you got something to say. Tika, you next.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this. Everything that I just heard on that tape makes everybody look fucked up. And I mean, it makes men look fucked up. It makes women look fucked up. It makes the institutions that people were talking about fucked up. It was that was bad all the way around. Nothing positive on any side.
Are you serious, Lola?
Yeah, I'm dead ass serious. For someone to outwardly say, "Hey, because of how someone looks, it gives me an advantage to take advantage of them," and like feel okay with saying that in front of people, we're in the last days, and I'm not even Christian, okay? Like seriously, that, and to sit here and make the assertion that someone is nicer because of their weight.
Exactly.
Should I start judging men based on their penis sizes if that's the case?
Yes.
Ho. Y'all do that already. What are you talking about? You even gauge it in energy. It's little D energy, big D energy. What are we talking about? Go ahead, Lola. I know you got a code. My bad.
Stop. You're missing it.
Did she freeze?
Yeah, she froze. Are you there, Lola? Damn.
That's God.
I see fat girl for
That's because what she was
chicken
about
right
to say
now.
was ice cold. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, if we're gonna sit here and start choosing arbitrary physical traits to say who's better to be with, what are we doing? I this is the most ignoramus, niggerish shit I've ever heard of in my life. Now, to Grace's point about being fat and having snacks, trust me, shorty, your house ain't better lit when it comes to food than me. And I mean, just because somebody is overweight don't mean they can cook, or let alone can got anything on somebody small. That's not what that means. But what I will say is, having snacks, listen, grown men don't get with women because they got snacks. Grown men can buy their own snacks. For real. What are we doing? I don't deal with men that need to find a chick that you got snacks. That's on the team.
Let's not hone in on the snacks, Lola. Let's not hone in on the snacks. That was part of it. Don't do that, Lola.
I don't know.
That's wild.
All I'm saying is right now we dealing with a crisis. A real life crisis, and you got grown men out here that's openly talking like that into the public. Are you kidding me? You're telling me that a woman that has been treated like a certain way is better to be with because she's been treated fucked up? Is that the idea that we're talking about right now?
So you're saying because they're big, they've been treated fucked up? What are you saying, Lola?
He is saying,
you're making it sound like because they're a big girl that they've been treated fucked up. Who's to say that? I know a lot of big girls that everybody loved them in the classroom.
No. I've seen too much on this internet to believe that. At the end of the day, he made the statement that the big girls are that way because they don't really get attention. Essentially, that's the underskirting idea he got going on here. That because they don't look attractive, when they finally get somebody, they're so much better in relationships, when in fact that the logic doesn't even make sense. That somebody that has been abused is better in a relationship. Meanwhile, just yesterday, I just heard people in the manosphere claiming that these women can't bond because they've been abused by so many men you can't even fuck with. But now today, because she's fat and been abused, now it's good. listen, let's stop playing on this minstrel show. Cause see, I didn't pay for tickets at a minstrel show. That's not what I did. Okay, like for real. That's all I'm saying. This is a whole minstrel show for real. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Like it just don't.
Lola, no. Let me just ask this question, then we're gonna go to Tika. Lola, I want to ask you this honestly, Lola. Okay, and you know you folks, you know you fam. Look, Lola, are you in your feelings because the man is saying that at times we will choose the big girl over the thinner chick?
The dude did not say we. That's not what he said. The guy, first of all,
are you in your feelings because you're hearing that the big girl will get picked and the pretty pom-pom cheerleader at times will have to take a back seat? Does that ruffle your feathers, Lola?
Okay. First off, you know that I have a degree in anthropology.
You're breaking up, Lola. I want you to start over. If you're talking, you're breaking up. No bullshit. Hey, Lola, drop down and come back up. There we go. Come back up. Come back up. So, and then as soon as you come up, we're gonna give you the floor. Tika, what you got? What you got for us?
First off, hello, panel and chat. It's good to see everyone.
Tika, what up? I'm glad you are free this evening. You're not actually, in jail or locked up or committing any criminal activities that you usually be doing.
Yeah, I haven't been locked up for years, so thank you. I appreciate that though.
Man, this is great.
For your blessings.
No
So I just want to say that people have been taking advantage of people that they would consider vulnerable or insecure for forever and a day, right? They've been always taking advantage of people. So it doesn't matter your size. It doesn't matter what you look like. I mean, people have taken advantage. It could be like a good looking guy that's like shy. You know what I mean? I've seen people take advantage of a lot of people. So I don't think that the size really matters. I think that video is like pure cap. Because guys are going to choose what they're going to choose. Period, point blank. So that's all I really have so far.
Are y'all really going to sit up here and act like dudes were not? Hold on, let me see. Yeah, I got you. Are we going to really sit up here and act like, there aren't a group of guys who don't choose the big girl for a specific reason? Now, I mean, honestly,
Well, Smitty, you would
as
know.
somebody who has had best of both worlds, okay, and I'm gonna let Tika, I'm gonna let you finish, and then Lola, you got the floor because you got to get off what you got to say. But honestly, like, are we going to really sit up here and act like, you know what I'm saying, that has not been the case quite a few times out here? And I'm talking about we've seen it from high school, college, work, job, social circles, and everything else. And I think we need to stop this BS, okay? All right? Them big girls, they get it too, all right? And the thing is that there are reasons why us guys will choose them. Now, I don't know. If the ladies want to sit here in a feminine mind, right, and tell me as a man why we would choose a big girl, okay, cool. You can go ahead and try that. But I'm telling you right now, a lot of what he said, I mean, now the snacks, I mean, maybe he's just throwing that shit in, but I'm just saying. But they do be having food, though. But all right, fuck it. Listen, go ahead. Tika, what you got? Lola, you want it?
I have friends that was like bigger size that never had food. I used to be like, damn, where is all the food? When I'll go to their house after like school and stuff. So I don't believe that that's true, and I can't.
They're not
can't
big for nothing, Tika. Go ahead.
I can't say that I know about this, so I'm gonna just be quiet.
You got the floor, Lola.
I mean, to Tika's point, I know several big girls that are big because all they do is Uber Eats and shit. But everybody seems to think they can cook so well. But anyway, to your point about insecurities, listen, the guy said it. Like, men choose big women because they're easier, and men are trying to get to the easiest target for sex. They will choose anything for sex. So I do not care about what men choose for sex. And honestly, some men will choose a big girl to really wife up. But the problem is the men send backward signals in the community when they do stuff like complain about big girls, right? But then turn around and marry the big girls. Like this is why when we say we don't have leadership, this is what we mean. We have men who try to taper how women should be, right? And say, women should look a certain way to be healthy, sexy, attractive, yada, yada, right? But then turn around and deep down, they're not even attracted to the thing that they're saying that women should be. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? And then even deeper, they don't even want to treat the big girl good. They want to treat her like, oh, I can shit and crap on you because you're big and you're going to take it because you're big. Like, what are we doing? Like, this is not leadership. This right here is not healthy. All this is toxicity. And I mean that. Like, seriously, it's not about size, because some people would never date someone that's big. Some people would only date people that's big. It is what it is. But the problem that I have is, listen, let's get on one side of the argument. If you're going to sit here and say that big girls are better personality-wise because they have weight, then you're going to have to explain a lot when it comes to some other concepts. Because right now I'm hearing too many contradictions when it comes to men talking about women in general. Like, I'll accept whatever is the truth from men about women, but this right here, this is somebody lying.
Lola, that was very, very genuine and very, very disingenuous at the same time. I'm just saying, okay? So, all right, I'm going to give you that. All right, cool beans, you know what I'm saying? So go ahead and take it away. I'm going to run to the restroom, hold it down for us real quick. And we got brother, Sir Vaughn in the building. We got Marco, let's rock out. And we're going to go ahead and get this going. But y'all go ahead, get y'all in there. So do what you got to do. I'll be right back.
Yeah. So,
brother, I think he meant to say Trey instead of Vaughn.
Oh, and then I don't know who came up first. I don't know if Marcus or Trey came up first. Whoever came up first, I can go ahead.
He came up before me.
Go ahead, Trey. I don't mind. Go ahead.
I love these rabbit hole conversations. I think a man that is pretty much, I don't know if he deems himself attractive and, in a position to have options, I think initially he would always choose the woman that is, physically fit. And vice versa for women. That's the initial attraction, is the looks. And then once you get to listening to what they say, get a little different. In my experience, from when I was younger, and would go out and meet a woman that was healthy in size. And for the most part, they had the confidence. I think I heard Embrace speak about a woman's confidence. A woman had that confidence, and that exuded a lot of. I gave her a pass a lot of times. Now, the downfall is that yes, men would gravitate towards that because of her probably a nice personality. A lot of them were nice and and didn't have all these unrealistic expectations. I think they really were understood where they stood especially in the dating market. But as we see today, and it's a young guy, so I just look at that a little different. He's probably experienced that, talking to girls who are of another quality may have given him a different experience than a girl who may be a little bit, a bit of anything. I don't think that you can just choose a woman just based on whether or not she has snacks. It's something like that, it's
some dumbass people out here doing that for sure. It's definitely some dumbass people doing that.
Yeah, and I would agree. Those are not men; those are boys. Just because they're over 21, I would consider them a man, because it's much more deeper to a woman than having snacks. So I don't know, these to be in this world. I mean, this dating field for you, y'all. I understand it's very scary. It's very polluted with a whole lot of nonsense thinking. I don't think that should disqualify you or qualify you just because you got snacks and you're overweight.
Right. Look at what it says about men that will openly say, "Hey, I date big chicks because they have better oral sex," like something crazy like that, and to say, you know, stuff like they got snacks by their bedside, knowing that's a whole lie, but they feel emboldened to say that, as if the next question
Well, they're
isn't,
not inhaling water.
Are you poor or something? You can't afford food? Like, why are you up in this woman's face because she has food? Like, are you on social services yourself? Like, what's going on? Is your dick trash? Like, what's going on? Like, really, you make yourself look stupid when you say stupid shit like that. Like, the next question isn't, are you dealing with a big chick or do big chicks do it better? That's not the question. The question is, as a man, what kind of man are you that's how you choosing women? Like, seriously, who raised you, bitch? Like, sir, like, I'm sorry, but that's the next.
But again, a lot of, and we talk about it in Vince documented, a lot of younger men have been raised without the information coming from a man. So they're either getting it on the fly or going by what other men are saying to them about dealing with a woman instead of having those experiences. Most guys are not out here meeting women in that capacity. They don't have the wherewithal or the swag, as women say, to even meet a woman that is nice and slim and fit, or a woman that's is a little, heftier on the sides. I don't think most men even have that type of experience. Now, they seem to think that, they're a little easier, all of that, but man, listen, when it comes to a woman and her sexual behavior towards a man, if she really likes you, you would not be able to tell the difference of whether she was big or small if she was making your toes curl and throwing your neck. It has nothing to do with size, believe me, nothing at all.
Okay. All right.
Marcus, bro. Go ahead, Marcus.
Yeah, thank you, so thank you.
Yeah, no, first I'll shout out to the panel. Thank you for having me. Shout out to the ladies and gents. Yeah, no, I'm kind of glad the guy was kind of saying that, because it is kind of true on a certain level, because the guys, when they're dealing with prettier, attractive women, in shape women, there's a level more of competition as well. And we know that pretty women have they got a depth chart, or they got guys trying to shoot their shot every other day, if not every day. So I think for when it comes to dealing with bigger, thick chicks, overweight, whatever, BBWs, however you want to call them, that sometimes they may make up for it in other realms. Better cook, nice personality. They might have something here or there. So I've seen it all. Like I've dealt with small in shape women, medium sized women, and a little bigger here or there. But for the most part, majority of my experiences have been with more in shape or medium sized women. That's why I said what I said earlier in the chat. If you get a survey of about 1 million men or 1 billion men, most of them are going to pick the in shape, prettier woman. Probably a minority is probably going to pick the bigger women. Probably 20%, maybe. That's just me being nice. There's a reason why they call. Well, there's a reason why they call it. There's a reason why they call it a 2 a.m. hookup, because they don't want to be seen.
Will they choose them based on the snacks or personality? I'm just saying. I don't know.
I think it's a plethora. Maybe it's a versatile question with a versatile answer. So, you know what I'm saying? So it could be one of 2 things. It could be one of 3 things. It could be all 3 or 4 things. That just depends on the intentions as well. Some guys, they probably say, hey, maybe, I had a bad experience with more prettier women. I'll try the thicker, bigger women. And, that means that I'm not saying that these bigger women, they don't get married, because they're getting married and they're having kids. So there is that. So, and some of these people are going strong. But yeah, I'm just saying, if a guy who is decent looking or a little bit above average, and you get a room full of these men, they're going to want to go with the more pretty or attractive women. That's it.
Well, at least you stated like the obvious. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I hear this back and forth argument about men trying to really convince women that they don't really like big, out of shape, sloppy women. They only like them sexually. But they don't like them somehow or whatever. And so, they're just using them for sex. However, I don't see no lack of big women with actual kids, right? So I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, so let me get this straight. You are running up in big women raw. Like that's what you want sexually. But you're saying that doesn't get you social clout, so you don't actually choose it for marriage, but you do choose it for yourself personally. So truth be told, you don't really like what you say you will marry. That's not what you like. That's just what you will use for social validation. But what you actually like is the bigger women. Like seriously, like that's what men really like. Truly. But the bottom line is men don't want to treat bigger women like they actually like them. Like you said, 2 a.m. hookup. And it's like, if big women wasn't a social stigma, it wouldn't be a 2 a.m. hookup. But see, this is the problem. Why try to convince women, average women, that, just don't get big because, we really choose women that are not big, when in fact you do choose women that are big. They are getting married. There's no lack of dick being given to them. And this is why big women feel emboldened to say and do what they want, because nowadays, it's like, what are they getting that other women aren't getting? Like, seriously, what are they getting that other women aren't getting?
Yeah, like I said too, like I'm not gonna lie, like sometimes the bigger women, they could be like a fill in a gap or a void for some of these men too, that maybe want an emotional void. Because like I said, sometimes the bigger women are more humble and just have a better personality. And that's just not, this isn't just coming from my perspective. I said sometimes, right? Like, just like there's other men that probably dealt with multiple shapes, sizes of women, but it's just the way that it is. I don't know how much more I plan I can put it. This is the preferences overall, just like men like pretty or attractive women. Women like guys that are taller, have a certain level of a status too. And just an overall respect thing too. It's just their presence, when you feel it, when you walk in the room and stuff like that. So, yeah.
That's interesting.
Would it be fair to say that even bigger women are opportunists also? They understand that they may not get
what they lack in one department, they make up for in others.
Yes. And, unlike a
woman isn't everybody like that? Doesn't everybody try to work on their strength, move with their strength?
But nobody said they didn't, though.
Yeah.
But Grace, here's the thing. It's this idea that they're talking about. It's not an actual thing. It's this idea that big women, because they know they're big, they're going to do something that makes up for their bigness. When me and you know on the concrete, big women are just like any other women. They just big. Like, they're not cooking better because they're big. They're not cleaner. They're not really cleaner because they're big. They're not really better women because they're big. Like, we know that, but guys will sit and talk this bullshit because it's easy to talk.
I said sometimes, Lola. I said sometimes.
I wasn't talking about you. Don't bark. I wasn't talking directly about you. Don't bark. Okay. All I'm saying is, between women, we know that there's equal amounts of big women that are big because they're just sloppy and they don't care. Not because they know how to cook and shit like that. Like, that's not it. We know there's some big women that are big because they don't give a fuck. Meaning, you're going to come around and see how much they don't give a fuck. So, like, let's be clear. Y'all are saying, well, they make up for it sexually, when in reality, the last 3 dudes I talked to about their personal relationship, they were with bigger chicks, right? And all 3 of them were saying they unsatisfied in their relationship sexually. So this is what I'm saying. Y'all talk that game about, they give good head. The fuck? No, they don't.
It's a small group of men that say that. Small.
Yep.
Look, y'all. I think Lola's being a hater. Okay. Now Lola's allowed to be a hater here. Okay, and that's all right. You can be a hater, Lola. That's fine. But we're not gonna say big girls don't be having some fire dome at times. We're not gonna play these
but like Lola, like the thing is, like more than one thing can be right though. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm getting from here too.
Marcus, hold on, Smitty. I know some men that can give good head. What the fuck that mean?
I don't know nothing about that life. I mean, come on. Why would you even go out of bounds like
you
that?
say give good head at times. I know some men that can suck a mean dick. At times, they know how to suck.
What? Whoa. This is like Meet the Blacks all over again.
Like
but you know I can't fight against that because that's not my field.
Now you don't know that gay men.
Can you come back in bounds at least?
Hold on. I gotta be able to take it. She's real.
That's not fair. That one ain't fair,
very
Lola.
fair. It's very fair. We're talking about oral sex, and you're saying, well, sometimes they give it good, just like sometimes men give it good. Sometimes women give it good. I've seen some stranger things than humans have giving head. Okay, shout out to that shit. So, like, come on, stop saying that.
That's not my realm. That's not my field. I'm totally distant from that.
Y'all are not distant from
Enough
that.
of other men giving pleasure to other men, please. Enough of men doing that, please.
Rock out if you can't handle it, Marcus. What
I don't even want
saying,
you saying rock out. That shit, not right now.
Hell no.
I'm just saying, if you're going to make a statement about a group of people simply because of their weight, okay, like in a positive, then what you're gonna do is take the truth with that too. That's what you're gonna do. You're not gonna sit and put it on them and then not take the truth with it. No, you're gonna take the whole truth with
Who
that.
said we weren't though?
Hold on.
Who is talking to you?
That was very manipulative, Lola. That was smart as shit. I give it to you, but very manipulative, my friend. Very manipulative.
She does that a lot.
Yes, she does. Yes, we know that. We know that.
I'm just stating the fact. That's not manipulation. I'm stating the fact.
All right.
Listen, I got a question. When was the last time you got your dick sucked, man?
Oh, who? What? Hold on.
What are we talking about now? What
Who just asked another man when was the last time you got your dick sucked?
That's not even the topic.
I need to know who to drop.
I asked a woman.
Who just asked another man that question?
That said that she has experience knowing how getting head from a man is, as though she has a dick. And I'm like, how the fuck do you even know that? You know what I'm saying? You don't have a penis. So
okay.
Can you tell men other men suck dick better than women?
Oh, okay. Good save. I got you. I
think I know who you're talking about.
Had your dick sucked, ma'am.
Wait a minute. Hold on, because see, you're asking me a question, right? So you must want to understand, correct?
Yeah, wow.
Do you want to understand?
Honestly, I don't. But
okay, so you asked a question that you don't even want to know the answer to, and then you're wondering why I'm saying y'all be capping on here.
Oh man!
You just came out with a crazy ass metric that we can't weigh, measure it. You just
Jesus,
said
take the wheel.
Men suck better dick than women. How do you know
that? I didn't tell you that men suck better dick than women. What I said is that if you're going to say that,
you did not like to say that, Lola. You did not like to say that, Lola.
Stop cutting me off.
I'm sorry. My bad. My bad.
Do you want to answer his question for me?
No. My bad, Lola. You got it. I apologize. Keep dragging in the cave.
Really y'all be acting like you're sensitive about these matters, but then when a woman has to speak, now y'all want to rush in and talk. Go ahead and tell them about what I'm about to say, since y'all know so much.
I'm over here defending BBWs.
All I was saying, and maybe Omni, you came in on the tail end, I don't know. But the point was earlier that was stated was that fat chicks sometimes suck good penis. And I was saying, well, sometimes a lot of people suck good penis, including men, according to some men. Okay, so the point was not simply about men sucking penis. It's about the fact that if we're going to say sometimes women suck good penis, sometimes women that don't even have teeth, okay, suck good penis. Sometimes women that have bad breath suck good penis. Sometimes there's a lot of things that suck good penis. Are we sitting here for real making a case that because of some arbitrary trait that's why a person is a better person than somebody else?
I feel like I need mouthwash.
Oh, is that what we're doing? That's not what we're doing. So that's what that
I'm
was
going to
about.
go get tested tomorrow. Fuck that shit after listening to that.
Tonight,
I'm getting
urgent
tested
care.
tomorrow.
There is an urgent care open right now.
Damn.
Hold on. I need to hold on. I don't know who came in because I had to step away. But whoever's next, whoever needs to speak.
I got us. So, but yeah, if you want to go ahead, we got our pain just came in the building. You could go ahead and your take on things, and I'll say in a little bit we're gonna go ahead and get to our midway section, hosted by Top Flight herself, hosted by Top Flight. So, go ahead, Sir Payne.
Hey, hello everybody on the panel. I think it's very, very funny with some of this conversation. Listen, the only thing I would say that is more general about the bigger women is that they're more accommodating to the lesser men. They are more accommodating to lesser men. And that is a fact. That they take guys out of jail. They'll let the guys sleep on the goddamn couch. They'll do all kinds of stuff. They'll pay food and all that. Now, a 9 and a 10 woman is never doing that for no nigga. That's just true. So all I'm just trying to say is that's no disparaging against the big woman, but a lot of them have insecurities that make them more susceptible to a guy who's just passing through. And if we're going to try to lie about that, that's we can't have a good conversation. It's just true. Now, that doesn't mean that every so often they don't get married. A lot of big women do get married. But the average dude or the dude who's a select man is not going to be choosing as his first choice a big ass woman. He's just not doing it. Just like women, if they have their druthers, they're not choosing shorter men. They're not choosing shorter men. If they could get a taller guy, they're not going to go for the shorter guy. I mean, it's all fair in love and war, and that's all it is. So yeah. I mean, some people take advantage of the big women because they're there to be taken advantage of, but it's not all of them. Of course, some big women have more game than others. That's true. I mean, we can't lie about that either. And some men like big, juicy ass women, right? But that's not the norm. That's it.
Our pain. I just want to say our pain. Now I'm a 10.5. All right. I done broke the scale out here. And I have built my nigga out of jail and have made him sleep on the couch. So I don't think I can agree with that.
All right. Well, you're a unicorn. You're a unicorn. You can't say that that's the average. That's the average going on out there. Come on.
There you go, Payne.
It's a strange stereotype.
Can I piggyback off the brother? I just want to jump in. You know what I mean? I don't know how the format is going.
My mic is muted.
Hey, go ahead, Vic. Go ahead.
I think there's a confusion to a degree about why people stay versus why people even come in the first place. So the brother actually hit the nail on the head is that big women are, in comparison to women with more options, whatever size they are, big women are actually kind of max out at 8s. So they're always working from a deficit. Their life is different. The things that the fit women get picked for, they don't get picked for. They're not in the in crowds like that. So they're forced to be more well-rounded people. The world is not as accommodating to them. They have a high value for men who appreciate them. So they will take on the things that you would pass over. And there's a lot of good men getting passed over. So, you know, a lot of times they catch a good man on a down day, and he might have came because he's on his last leg, or he out of a job, or he just got out of jail. You understand? But once he see how accommodating that woman is, and he know that thing hit about the same or a little bit better if you want the truth, you know what I'm saying? He may change his outlook on what he actually needs. He understands that, yeah, she can't lose that weight at some point. But the reality is the people who get into relationships where you can get in a relationship with a 4 and she give you just as much hell as an 8, or vice versa. So it's not like, oh, well, if I get a woman a little bit lower in my weight class, so to speak, or in my social scale, that somehow I'm not gonna have problems that other men are already having in their relationships. They're not equivalents. So I think that conversation is 2 separate conversations. Big women, that pussy, hey, they can't take no dick like that. That just is what it is. Every now and then you might find one, but for the most part, you know what I'm saying, you would think, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. But what they can take is more physical punishment. You know, you got to be kind of careful with your woman when she fit. Well, you can go crazy on that big girl. You know what I'm saying? You can do things that you were just thinking about. Okay, get crazy enough, and she loved it.
High blood pressure.
And that's all she needs.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, when you say they can take more physical pain, you know what? Don't explain that. Don't explain that. Don't.
Hypertension.
I want to hear that big women can take from y'all. Go ahead and continue talking about the pain that you inflict on women. Go ahead. Help me. Help me understand.
See, y'all done got her started. I can't turn her off, nigga.
Listen, I'll explain it. I'll keep it simple though. He used the term pain. What I used was the term punishment. And when a woman is speaking about being dominated, that's what the fuck she talking about. You understand? And if you turn up to that level with some fit chick, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all not gonna be able to just run that back like that. You understand? You're gonna have to recover from that. You know what I'm saying? I know for a fact. I ain't talking about what I think. So with a big chick, you know what I'm saying? My OG used to say something. He say, I said, yo, you so skinny. What's your deal with the big women? When I was a young boy, you wasn't looking for no big women like that. He say, more cushion for the pushing, and he laughed his ass off. One day you'll understand. And the reality is, a man's strength is so much different from a woman. When he playing outside of his weight class that way, you know what I'm saying? He can really use the full essence of what he is. You know what I'm saying? Without fear of destroying it.
Straight up breaking havoc.
So, you know what I'm saying? And it's going to be appreciated. So at the end of the day, I'm not trying to get explicit, but they're 2 separate conversations. But we love our big girls.
Thank you.
It takes an older man or more experience to appreciate a big girl.
Vic, thank you for that. Thank you for that. But I assure you that not too many women, no matter what size they are running around talking about, I need to be dominated. Like, I don't really hear that. But at the end of the day, hold on. At the end of the day, I've heard men say a lot of things about different types of women in terms of sexual, let's say, physics. Okay, I've heard that, you know, some bigger women are shorter and they can't take bigger penises. I've heard certain women are longer and they can. I've heard a lot. Now, I don't know because I'm not a man. I don't have a penis. Okay, I never put my penis inside of a woman. Like, that just doesn't make any sense. But what I will say is this. what people are insinuating is that it's better to be big, right? Just say that, because this is what I'm
Nobody
hearing.
said that though.
Marcus, you're gonna have to listen, Marcus. I said that you're insinuating, not if what you're saying, because he said what he said. I'm saying if you're insinuating that big women are better for men because they're in their weight class and all that other
Hold
stuff
on,
that
you
he was
cut out.
talking about.
You cut out. Say that again.
If it's better to be big, okay, who is talking?
I'm saying you
Let
cut
the
out
lady
for a second.
finish. Let her finish. Let Lola finish and then rebuttal. I don't know who it is, but just let her finish and then rock out. But go ahead, Lola. You got the floor.
Hold on. You couldn't hear her, so he told she was cutting in. That's all he did.
Okay, because that was wrong
No,
as
he
hell.
wasn't trying to interrupt you. He couldn't hear you. Vic couldn't hear you. So go ahead and finish what you're saying, Lola, and then Vic, go after that.
What I said is, and so for everybody in the back, okay, men say a lot of things, and I think that's what me and other ladies are trying to kind of let y'all know in so many ways, that men say a lot of contradictory things about the differences in women, period. And the only thing that we understand from that is y'all have different experiences, and obviously you have different opinions based on your experiences. But for you to remotely want women to accept your statements as fact, you are very delusional. Okay, like seriously, like I don't know, should I believe you or should I believe the man that's totally different, that's totally opposite of what you said? Like, which one is the truth? There is no truth.
Why would a man outside of this situation be telling you that?
You stopped talking, so Vic thought he could talk.
I apologize.
No,
That's
I
why.
was in the middle of a thought, so I know Vic ain't like that. Okay, never mind. I ain't even gonna investigate. Anyway, what I'm saying, what I'm gonna land on is this. Okay, y'all can have your opinions, just like everybody has their opinion, but it doesn't help anything for women to hear contradictory things from men and then try to move based on that contradictory stuff. It's like, if you like bigger women, right, and bigger women suit you better, then why is it that you're promoting women to be smaller? If you feel that smaller women are better for you because they respect you more, because they want to keep their bodies up, why is it that we're saying that those women are obnoxious? Like, what are we doing here? Because this doesn't sound like leadership. It just sounds like a bunch of back and forth that nobody really can move, because you can't go backwards and forwards at the same time. You got to go in one direction. So I'm just saying, you can have your preference, but when it comes to on a communal level, this right here is not. This ain't. I don't know about y'all, but I'm confused.
I think you hear what you want to hear. You know, I don't think any man said. I haven't heard one man on this panel said they prefer bigger women. You know, I'm thinking you're taking what you're hearing and you're creating a narrative that suits you. And ain't nobody more confusing in terms of double talk than women are. And I hate to even make those kind of comparisons. I think we're equal opportunity, in that fashion. I think we can have equality. Some people are all over the place, but when it comes to big women, like I said, some guys like it, some guys don't. But men will smash any woman who's willing to give them something.
That's true for the most part, yeah.
I mean, listen, men. Wait a minute. You had a chance to talk. Wait a second. Men will take sex from a woman any way she give it, and any woman. So that's no great accomplishment for a woman to give sex to a man. That's not a great accomplishment.
Mr. Payne, I don't know when you
Listen. Hold on. Stop. I don't have the patience for this tonight. If you don't do one mic, I'm ending it right now. So shut the fuck up and do one mic. That's it.
So we good, man. We it's all right. It's all right. Let the guests. We good. So I understand how you. I got you, bro.
Hold on, Smitty. I said what I said. Let Mr.
I got you, bro.
Nobody say nothing. I will end it. All right.
Who's going? Is it R Payne? Go ahead and go. Lola, go ahead behind what Brother Payne got to say.
I'll be real short. Because I'm gonna get off. But listen, I think in this so-called gender war, I think we double speak each other all the time. Men are different than women, and in general, men will take sex from women, any woman, any way she give it. And men have preferences as well. And I've never heard majority of men say they want bigger women. I think a majority of men have low standards in the black community. I'll grant you that, and I think the standards are going up. So, but this is not to disparage bigger women. I stick by what I said in the beginning. They are more accommodating to the lower rung of men. That doesn't mean there's some higher men that don't like them. There are, but it's not the majority. I mean, you if you had 100 men and you ask them whether they want a fit woman over a big one, 90% of them will say they want a fit woman. But maybe 90% of them will smash a big woman, but they ain't gonna put her on their arm and go out in public. You know, so if you call that being schizophrenic, no, I just think it's just reality, because men take sex from women any way you guys give it, in general. So, and that's undisputed for this beginning of time. I'll land it there.
Okay, Mr. Payne, I don't think you were here in the beginning of the broadcast. Listening. You was listening. Okay, so if you were listening, then you should have heard what was said, and what you just said was a recap of what isn't going on here. But I give you have your opinion, and you can have that. What I am saying to this whole conversation about big women is you're using language that is literally contradictory. And I'm saying that no one can follow contradiction in terms of anything. Like, we can listen, sure, but follow, no. 1 minute, men are saying they want women that's accommodating. Then they're saying fat women are the only really ones that's accommodating because they're fat. Then they're saying those are the ones that know how to cook, and we want women that know how to cook. And they're the ones that will give you a chance. These other ones won't give you a chance. They're obnoxious. Skinnier women got attitudinal problem. And so tonight is about how good fat chicks are in ways that men want to actually marry and settle down with.
I missed that.
Who talking?
Hold on, brother. One mic. I'm not repeating it again. If I get anyone
let me resend my time.
So just let them rock out. So come on now. So real talk, my dude.
No. Go ahead and finish, Mr. Payne. I'll let you have the.
Lola, it's on you. Speak. Nobody say nothing about
what he has to say or reiterate is important. Go ahead, Mr. Payne.
I just said I missed that part about people making distinction about the cooking and all that kind of stuff. I came in past that part. So I would agree with you on that about, whether they, cook better and all that kind of stuff. That's immaterial to what I'm thinking about in terms of that. So from that standpoint, I didn't hear the full context of it. I just came in on what I said, because I think that's part of the conversation as well. So I'll just land it there. So I'll give you the first part. That's contradictory.
Okay. In the beginning of this broadcast, I had to literally tell everyone, just because a chick is fat does not mean that she knows how to cook or that her food shelves are stocked because she is fat. Another woman had to literally say that we know that women, big women, lots of big women that have no food in their house is dirty, they stink, they can't fuck, none of that. We know this for a fact, but somehow just because they big, they're accommodating in some way. That right there is a stereotype, and I don't know where it comes from, but as women, and we get to talk about that more than men and shit, we're saying that is a stereotype and downright a lie. At the end of the day, individuals are individuals, and so what we're not going to do is sit here and put anybody on a pedestal based on how much they weigh.
Tell me why you mad at the big girls, Lola. I thought you was for the
real animosity.
That's body shaming. Why are you shaming on women? Let them get some love.
Vector, let me tell you something, okay? Let me tell you something, Vector. In my house, okay, my father loves coming to my house because he knows when he comes here, it's heaven. Okay, my dad, okay, and he raised me to be like that. So for you to say that I am jealous of any big woman when my father is proud of the woman I am, you have lost your fucking marbles, okay? Seriously, you lost.
You put words in my mouth. I didn't use the word jealous. I said that you hate me.
No,
you can hate me without a desire to be.
Victor, that's the problem. People will call you a hater because you say something.
No, you hating.
You know what I just
It's
said?
not.
That
It's
was
not.
basic?
It's not up for debate.
What I just said was basic, and I'm not saying that what I'm saying that you don't believe. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is what I'm talking about is a very basic
Can I
concept.
rebut what you saying without
Since you need to know, let me inform you. At the end of the day, individuals are individuals. Do not trick yourself and tell yourself that because somebody has eaten more food, that means that they're better at cooking. That's a dumbass way of thinking. That's what I'm saying. I am not hating on big people.
She got a point.
If you go by,
Yeah, that's it. Okay. Cool. All right, great. I'm glad we got it all out. We are gonna go ahead. We're gonna take this time. Soap, do what you gotta do.
You got 35 seconds or 34 seconds, whatever's left. Anybody else want to?
I ain't even see that up there. Okay, now I see it. My bad. Yeah, go ahead.
yo,
Go ahead. My bad.
I just wanted to rebut what she said.
Go ahead. You got like 35. Matter of fact, you got a minute, bro. You got a minute. Y'all got 2 more minutes. Go ahead. Because I was talking.
Probabilities. If you go by probabilities, someone who is fat can be assumed to have access to food regularly. That takes a concerted effort. So I'm saying that they probably don't care as much about aesthetics. These are things that you can reasonably assume. That's how the police profile you. So if you got all your jewels on, you got ankle jewelry, and you got a Michael Kors bag, I'm gonna assume that you got some money, or you trying to play like it, and it's important to you how you look, and you might be superficial, or you might already got it. You might be out of my league. I can't afford you. But those will be reasonable assumptions. So to assume that a big girl could cook and may have attributes that she has acquired to counterbalance where she cannot accommodate would be reasonable to assume. And it's not so stupid. And if you were a man, you know that. So if, you know what I'm saying, if you had that experience, you know what I'm saying, you'd have a different outlook. So I would drive a little slower across the tracks. It's not with any intent to deceive you or confuse you. But this is the truth. Now, what other people have told you, I can't say that they're lying and that's not their experience. But as a whole, this is a reasonable train of thought that most men carry. Whether they admit it out loud to you, that's almost like cheating the game. Y'all got a sisterhood, we got a brotherhood. And niggas that cross the line about the brotherhood get clowned. So don't act like that it don't exist, brothers. You know what I'm saying? We just don't talk about the brotherhood. But we know it's real. That's why men just nod. Like, yeah.
Okay,
baby. Okay. So give Lola 1 minute. Give Lola 60 seconds on the clock, and we're moving on.
I don't need a whole minute. I just need
Okay,
Vic to
go ahead.
That's a miracle.
You seen pictures of me. You've seen pictures of me, correct? Yes or no?
You talking to me?
Yes, I'm talking to you. Have you seen pictures of me? Yes or no?
I did see a couple. I looked for a couple.
Okay, you look for a couple. Okay. Now, I want you to tell me something that's true about me sexually based on how I look, like you just did the big people. Go ahead.
Based on your style of dress.
What the hell?
That's a trap. Look, you can answer that if you want to, my
She wants
nigga.
to hear. She wants to know my reasonable assumptions.
We moving on.
No. He made an assumption. He made an assumption about big people.
That's a trap.
So I need him to do the same thing for skinny people.
We moving on.
I need a drink. I need a drink after this stream.
She's about to take that nigga head. She's about to take that
I'm
nigga
gonna
head.
have that behind the scenes. I don't care what you
Good save. Good save, so good save.
After the
Y'all
show.
wanna
After the
save
show.
him.
After
No,
the show.
y'all want to save him. Y'all want to save him from getting clapped out here.
Save? What are you trying to say? Save?
All right.
You know me.
Vic, you getting saved.
After the show.
All right, hold on, real quick. We're gonna get a floor to Tika real quick. Tika, go ahead and break this down to us, and you know what we're about to view, and so on and so forth. And we're gonna let the ladies respond first, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, I want to hear what the fellas have to say, and we're gonna go ahead and rock out. Let's get into it. Adult conversation. Rock out.
Yes, so I call this
Fair
segment
use.
Women Say What You Want So They Could Do What We Want. Okay, and I kind of had like a little back and forth, so I actually am really interested in getting people's perspectives. So I'm gonna let the video play, or Soap's gonna let it play rather, and then I'm gonna ask the men and the women a question, or a couple of questions.
Okay, women love our hands, right? Like that's the reason why they always want to like compare hand sizes. But you don't even know the power of your hands. You can actually help make her finish with just your fingers. A lot of y'all overcomplicate it. Like y'all going in there, jabbing y'all fingers in and out. And it's just not pleasing. It's not appealing to most women. Not at all. The biggest thing is making sure your hands are clean and cut. Y'all be going in there, nails all long, scratching up her vulva, dirt under the fingernails, throwing off her pH balance. Absolutely not. And you're actually gonna take these two fingers, right? And what you're gonna do, you're not gonna move them in and out. You're actually just gonna curl and hold it and flip like this come here motion, right? This works best when you are eating the box because you'll have your tongue on the outside stimulating her seed and your fingers on the inside.
What the fuck is really going on?
Was he describing trying to be sensitive?
All right, so let's talk about this, right? Let's talk about this because I was told something.
Time out. Time out.
What?
Time out. Time out. Hold on. Y'all don't watch all 200 and some odd videos on my show. Have I ever put some shit like that on my network? Ever? No. No, I have not. Now, because it's Saturday and I'm being nice and because I got some shit to do, and me and my lady got to talk, I'm going to leave and I'm going to let y'all rock out. And I'm going to let Smitty and y'all rock out. All right? But this is only for tonight. I'm going to be generous. But I'm not going to be on stage for this shit. Smitty, you got this. All right? I'm going to go chill and go play some 2K and go eat some food.
Bring your ass back to the last one. You're fine. Bring your ass back to the last one.
I'm heading out too. I'm heading out too, so I'll be back.
All right. Okay. Sensitive ears
y'all
is
have a good
gone.
night.
Okay.
Y'all have a good night.
Have a good night. Okay. So you guys seen the video, and I kind of have a back and forth with a person. So to the ladies, okay, because this video got like 22,000 likes. Could have been men and women, but they tend to agree. So by popular opinion and my demand, and probably the demand of about 200 women that said that they should send this to their guys, are we as women telling men what we want done in the bedroom? That's for one. And then to the men, okay, are we using our hands when we're doing our thingy thing, the thing? All right, go ahead. Not everybody at once.
We're gonna start with Gracie because she hasn't. Come on, Twin, get up in there. You can speak from the lady's perspective, and then we'll go to Brother Vince, Brother Omni, and around the board. Yeah. So this is where we are right now, people. Let's rock out. Let's keep on rolling.
Okay, to answer your questions, the first thing I really see on a man is their hands. Are they clean? Are the nails clean? Because there ain't no way a man's hands with dirty nails is going to go inside me, because that does cause infections. That does cut off the walls of a vulva is very thin. So he had made a lot of sense with that. Wash your damn hands. Wash your nails. Keep your nails cut, especially if you want to go all up inside it. 2, yes, I think a lot of women are very timid on telling their men on what they like sexually because they're scared that the man may get his ego bruised. Fuck that. I am very vocal. I tell my man what I like, what I don't like, what's gonna go, what I stop that, don't do that. Because you know what? In order for him to learn my body, sometimes you gotta let them know because every woman's body is different. Every my zone may not be the same thing as Lola's zone or Tika's zone. Everyone is different. And yes, a man should get to know a woman's body, but sometimes you gotta guide them. You know, I like more of this, babe, than that. I don't like when you do that. That's not really a turn on. And it's okay to talk about it. And you men need to receive this information without getting your egos bruised. Because at the end of the day, we all want to come, men and women. And I'll be damned if I'm going to be in a relationship where I know I can't have my orgasm. Then what's your purpose? What would be your purpose then?
Wait,
You know?
to pay bills. Pay bills.
I pay my own damn bills.
Oh, okay.
Okay? I don't even have a rose. I refuse to get a rose because you know
Walk
what?
the
That's what
dog.
I got a man. That's what I got a man for. And if he can't be my rose, then I don't need you in my bed. In my bedroom.
Okay.
So, with that being said, yes, keep your fingernails clean. Use that technique he was talking about because it does work, you know. and women, be more vocal. If you want to be set, don't walk around here. Because then when you come to the store and deal with me and you want to be bitchy and crabby, you're suffering from like a dicophobia. And I don't want to see your bitchiness. You need to come, ladies. Y'all need to blow off steam. So you can smile more and be nicer to the kids. And stop kicking the dog.
All right, so
with that being said,
Go ahead,
no, with that said, I digress and my mic is muted.
Good job,
and
Greg.
Biggie too.
Nah, listen though, but okay, so listen. I'm gonna say this, and then Brother Vaughn, you got this floor, and then we're going around the room. I don't know, like, okay, so there's a lot of freaky things that has happened throughout my days of being in that bedroom and or couch, backseat of the car, back of the boat, you name it. Anyway, listen. See, the thing is this. I never really have heard that too many times, other than when I was in high school. I'm not gonna lie. I personally, I don't know if there's other fellas that can concur or at least can see what I'm, where I'm going with it, but I don't really hear too much about the finger no more. I didn't. So what I'm saying is, I didn't realize that was something women still wanted even now. As much, I didn't even know that was something that needed to be talked about meme-wise, because honestly, there's a lot of things that go on in the bedroom. I've experienced and seen quite a few things in the bedroom. But out of all of the women, at least from my personal experience, I haven't come across really any women that want me to do that. And honestly, I've actually come across a couple women that's like, nah, I don't want no dude putting their fingers up in me because I don't know if they gonna, scratch me up and, basically everything that they was talking about. Maybe they've had a bad experience back in the day. I don't know, but I'm saying my experience, I haven't really come across no women that be wanting that.
Damn, Smitty, you don't have a woman that wear a sundress with no drawers? And you play around in the restaurant or in the dressing room?
I definitely have had my fair shares of sundresses, no drawers, and bro.
So sometimes you can't do the real need, so you use the fingers, to get it started, and then you finish it when you get home. You know what I'm saying?
I'm being real, like, and that's just me. I'm not. Listen, that's not to say because I'm serious. I'm pretty sure there's some dudes up here that got total different experiences and things to say on that. But I'm telling you right now,
I hear
that
you.
is not something I've heard too much of since like I left grade school. And I'm just saying, I didn't realize how prevalent it still is. That's all I'm saying. But I digress. My mic is muted. Let's go to Brother Vic. Go ahead, Vic. And everybody mute, please, so we don't have no feedback.
I just want to say, before we get too deep, and I'll be short, both of y'all are correct. In my experience, like the brother said, I have had those experiences that Grace was speaking of, getting something started a little earlier, the prelude to an occasion, that's cool. And a grown man know to keep his nails clean because his woman gonna complain if he got one. So at the end of the day, that's a thing, but that's inside of a relationship. But as far as just the regular get down, with the take home, the one nighter, whoever, they not trying to get that deep. You know what I'm saying? They want to keep it simple. And if you had a scoreboard, I definitely say I have more women say, nah, I don't even like that off a rip and be vocal that way, than give me a chance to show them what that's even about. I think that adds to the number of women who say they haven't had an orgasm. You know what I mean? And the different kinds of stimulation, there's different types of orgasms, in different levels, and people just ain't researched on that. So a lot of people just stay away from what they're not sure about. And if you ever mess up, she definitely gonna say, stay out of there. You know what I'm saying? And that goes with everything. Now, a nigga with some grace understands that, no pun intended. You know what I'm saying? You work it into the equation a little later on, you know what I mean? When she's all the way in it. You know what I mean? And she's down for whatever in that moment. But niggas be trying to jump out the gate with that, and they ain't good at it. They don't know what they doing. They is fumbling. They nails is too long. And she like, nah. And that's this. And now she got the rhythm of, nah, I don't even like that. Watch your hands. Just do work. You know what I'm saying? So that's my experience. We'll let somebody else speak on it.
All right, who we got? Brother Omni, what you got on this, bro? Is Brother Omni there? Okay. Brother Churchberg, what you got?
Can you hear me?
Okay. There we go. My bad. Okay, yeah, you right there.
Is that better? All right. I was just gonna say, niggas, wash your hands. Like, I don't understand why this is even anything to be debated. Like, I don't understand. And what woman would let you put your hand inside with dirty nails? These things should be self-evident, I feel. You wouldn't have to tell me these things. It would just make good sense that if I'm going to put any part of me, also wash your balls while you're at it.
Thank you. I just had a show about personal hygiene, and we did a demonstration of how to wash a penis and a vagina on my last show.
There were no scrotums on the show. No scrotums were on the show, ladies and gentlemen.
But you're right, Omni. We shouldn't even be talking about this, but the fact that we are talking about it, there's a necessity because some people just don't know any better. You're absolutely right.
How many views does the TikTok have, or that piece of content? I'm just curious, because if it went viral, that means there is a need in the market for telling dudes to wash their hands. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Shit. That's literally all I got. Hygiene is a good thing. You should try it out. Wash your hands. Wash your balls.
Wash your eyes.
And brush your teeth. You don't want to, eat the box with the, with the teeth.
And wash your hair. Your hair, too, is important. Your scalp needs to breathe and be washed.
I don't understand what age we're living in.
Yeah, your scalp should not smell like a season cabinet when you go to the barber. Okay.
Hey, brother,
Nah, some real shit. Some niggas should be smelling like the spice rack. I'm dead ass. I'm so serious. Your hair should not be smelling like the spice rack. Just random seasonings. You can't tell us that seasonal, onion powder, garlic powder. You don't know what that is. That thyme, sage. What the fuck is that? Bay leaves? I don't know. But listen,
they wearing the same hat.
Let's go ahead and get to it. Somebody got some feedback. Some folks, mute please. Trey Ferg is on you.
Hey, Smitty, I wanted to ask Brother Omni a question before you move on.
Sure, go ahead, and then Trey Fergus on you. Go ahead, Vic, get up in it.
My question to you, Brother Omni, as a blue collar man doing any physical labor type of jobs, mechanic, construction, anything like that, you're gonna get dirty nails on a daily basis. And you're gonna be dirty more than you clean. So, what are you using to keep yourself at a level of hygiene that you think is appropriate? What is your?
Oh, go ahead.
I'm asking, what's your regimen?
Okay, so for one, I grew up in the era of the pocket knife, the Swiss Army knife. So I have this multi-tool and it's got a blade on it. And whenever I look at my nails throughout the day, whenever I catch any dirt under them, I've made it the habit of cleaning my nails whenever I have a moment to do so. You know what I'm saying? Whenever I use the bathroom, wash my hands. You know what I'm saying? Every time I feel my hand, it might be too grimy, I wash my hands. It's just constant maintenance. If you make it a part of your life and you just make it the thing to do, you know what I'm saying? You're just going to do that thing, and it takes no time to do it in your day. Get a nail or two, you know what I'm saying, while you're on the break. Take care of a whole hand when you on your lunch break. It's just, you know what I'm saying? It's just something that you prioritize in your life.
Nah, you are absolutely right about that, bro, because me myself, I continuously find myself checking, looking real quick. And then I'll just, and anybody who knows about keeping yourself up on that, because I've done many jobs where, stuff gets under my nails from cooking. I got my hand all kinds of batter and all types of stuff. I've definitely done landscaping, warehouse work, all kinds of stuff to where your hands get dirty. Roofing, I've done all these things, carpentry. So my point is, yeah, like I will find anything, and I don't care if it's an old business card, whatever, and get up in there, clean them crevices real quick. I always make sure I try to run my hands under hot water. That's another thing. I don't understand people washing their hands in cold water. You're supposed to have that water to the hottest that you are physically able to take it without burning or hurting yourself. It is not supposed to be lukewarm and or cool. No, you're not doing shit. So all of these things. So I definitely get what you're saying on that. But yeah, I don't know who we on. Uncle Ferg, what you got? What you got for it?
No, it's a rabbit hole question, but I love it.
But I'm just saying real quick though, right? This last part. But see, reason why I'm so thrown off, right? Because the last time I remember running around the bus and I was smell my finger king. That's right. Because that's what we used to do. Okay. When I remember this, that was when we was on the bus. And when you had one, see, it happened right before we all got on the bus. This that right at the very end. Everybody is getting their book bags, going to their lockers, and you hear a whole bunch of chatter. Y'all sneak into the bathroom. You sneak to the bathroom, and then you All right, you hit it with the digger, and then you leave out. Okay, so when you hit it with the digger, after you leave out, you do not wash your hands. You don't touch it. You walk around like a surgeon. You know how surgeons do as soon as they come.
That is so disgusting.
No, I'm dead ass. Okay, so you walk around like I'm dead ass, and then you go get on the bus. And you make sure you sit around your homeboys, and then you gather all together, and you like, dog, smell my fingers. That's a real thing. Okay? That was the last time I remember that. And we're not going to act like we ain't used to do this shit. We're not going to act like we ain't used to do this shit. I digress on my community. Rock out. Rock out.
All right. I'm going to take you on what Smitty said later, but, shout out to all the grandmamas and the real mamas of the day that made your ass take a damn bath. Not a shower, made you sit in that damn water till your fingers wrinkled up like a pickle and got all the dirt from between your toes, between your crack, between your fingernails. Shout out to those mothers. And as a man, y'all can see that face that I made, because I've always been sensitive to funky smells and dirt. Even though I play football, loved to play in the dirt. I worked on cars, changed oils numerous times. Alternators, tires, whatever. as a man, I've always wore gloves just to minimize the dirt. And like Smitty said, you should always wash your hands in lukewarm or hottest water you can stand, no cold water, so it can break down the dirt. And any man that's going and sticking his rotten fingers in the woman and his nails is real long and he got dirt crumbed up in it, it says a lot about both people, because as people, we look at people's hands, and to still allow somebody like that to even get close to your box, even get close to your damn face is sort of crazy to me. I used to work in the high schools, and one of my big things with the young women from freshmen to seniors, even the guys, is that, clean the dirt from your nails, keep it clean, because it carries bacteria, because a lot of us go from messing with stuff that's dirty to putting our hands all in our face. Then it breaks us out with all this crazy looking ass acne, and there ain't nothing but dirt. So me, I've always been a very hygienic person. And, especially now in this modern era, I never seen so many, and this is a knock on, man. I never seen so many dudes wearing hoodies in the summertime. Your goddamn armpits be smelling like fried garbage. Take that shit off. Cool your arm. It's just it ain't even just the hands. But if you're going to be intimate, the one thing you do, even when you come in the house, you ain't got to come in the house, wash your damn hands. Get your hands clean. Now, if you need to go deeper, you should always be checking your hands, because you never know who you might meet. Clean the dirt out from up under your hands. Everything is journey today, so you have to be very careful with that. Now, if you're going to be sticking it up in a woman, definitely make sure that they're clean. Now, I remember back in the days, something to what Smitty was saying, when you first get into that little realm of, understanding
My bad.
of a woman, you go in with your little, but we was a lot smoother. We weren't just going into jab. It was a little finessing to it. And when you did it, yeah, you walked around half the day and you didn't wash it. You wanted to smell it. I don't know about going and telling my friends, but you walk around with that, even as, yeah, I know, guys, when you first get it, you putting your hand on it, you gonna smell it. And I learned from my aunties, you always smell it before you even just run up in it, because it may not even have the odor that, they could have a bad odor to it. So you gotta
smell it, bro. You gotta smell it.
But at the same time, we all need to
A lot of women don't like that though, fellas. A lot of women, if you be like, hold on, let me check that real quick. They get real defensive about that though.
But you gotta know how to do it on the slide though. You gotta, it's about how you do it, not what you do, it's how you do it. Especially today.
So what you do, you fake like you going down for the count, you fake like you sliding down for the count, and then you go ahead. Cause see, I'm gonna be honest with you, that's generally how I do it. I just, we in the room, and as we laying there, I work my way down. And as I work my way down, I go ahead and,
Okay,
I'll just get a whiff.
Hello.
I take a whiff. And if it's not right, what I do is I slowly slide back up, and then I play it off. And I never go back down that way, right? And then we just have a talk. We just have a serious talk. What? What you saying?
Okay, Smitty, I'm gonna need y'all to chill, because see, we all grown here. I don't know not one dude, because 50% of men are virgins according to most men. Okay, I don't know not one dude that's gonna give up. Yeah, I know. I don't know one dude that's gonna give up a chance at pussy that he really don't get for real because it smell bad, and that's fucked up. But I don't know one dude that's gonna give it up because it smell bad. Now you prove to me that I'm
Lola,
wrong.
where them dirty niggas at? Where them dirty niggas though, Lola? That's what I want to know. Lola, where are them dirty niggas at?
Where they not? Where are they not at?
Where's Dirty D in the crew? Where is Dirty D in the crew? That's
okay,
what
give
I
me
want
an example. Give me an example.
You the one that said it. You said niggas will say dirty through the tank. Niggas will slide in dirty through the tank because they never get it.
Right. Correct. I'm telling you that men don't turn down pussy. I'm telling you that right now as a
it's some dirty dick niggas.
So are you going? You go next? Are you gonna go next?
I was gonna go next, but if you want, who's that? Oh, that's Mr.
This is-
Payne again. You want my
Yeah,
time?
you
want my
should,
time again,
you
Mr.
should
Payne?
let me go and let you go. So
You
you
want
can
my
bring it.
time again, Mr. Payne?
Yeah, no, because I won't be as long, and you should bring this home. You know, I'm vibing with you, so you should be the last one to speak on this. Anyway,
No,
No,
Mr. Payne.
Lola, listen.
No, Mr.
Lola
Payne.
is folks. She just got her game. She loves to be combative,
Yeah, no.
and she know what she's
No,
doing.
I don't think you be vibing with me the way I need you to vibe with me, Mr. Payne.
no, let me say what I gotta say though. Let's say this.
I'm gonna finish because I gotta ask Smitty about this capping that they doing. They talking about they smell pussy before they go in, and if it ain't right, they ain't taking it and
Are
shit.
you serious?
Yes.
Niggas don't.
No, niggas take pussy
Niggas don't
anyway.
check the fish market before we buy the tuna.
They don't
Okay, now
check-
rock
they
out.
don't
Go
check-
ahead and tell me how not.
Niggas don't check for shit. Okay, I need you to stop the cap.
Lola, you about to make me get in your. All right, look. Let me tell you something.
Niggas will take pussy from anything, and then sometimes they find out that it won't even pussy. Okay, that's how bad it is right now.
First of all,
Sit here and say niggas
Lola,
ain't taking
Lola.
it because it don't smell right.
Lola,
Please.
we got 30 seconds. Listen, Lola, I want you to get this now. Okay? If
No, you
I'm
ain't
going to
gonna
be
give me
taking
30
a chance in high school, and
You
I
ain't
know
gonna give
my
me 30
people's
seconds.
coming home around 6:45, 7. You
You
around my
said
house
that.
around 4 something. The house can't be boofing
I'm
between
not a
them
child.
houses.
I'm
I
not a
can't
child,
have the
so I
house
don't know what
boofing.
you do.
See,
I'm
what
not
you
a
don't
child,
understand is
and I don't know what you do.
boofing cooter, okay? When the cooter's boofing, that shit is dangerous on multiple levels because you can't hide it. You can't hide the shit.
I'll finish.
What?
I don't know who put the timer up there because y'all let Vic rock out for 3
We got
minutes.
this. We got this, Lola. Look,
Put a
Lola.
timer up. Yeah, I don't like that. I really don't like that.
Lola, look. What we saying? Look, Lola. Okay.
Look at this. Look at this. Another 2
You
minutes
don't-
while you talk.
Wait, let's let her talk. Let's let her talk.
Go ahead, Lola. Go ahead, Lola.
Let these logical men help me talk.
No, Lola.
because
Go ahead.
they
No,
illogical men.
no. Stop. Come on. Come on. Your time is running, Lola. Talk. Go ahead,
My
girl.
time is running.
Go
What?
ahead,
Y'all
Lola.
need to take that time down because y'all ain't time nobody else.
Lola, get it in, please.
Y'all didn't time nobody else. I'm not gonna be
Oh my
time.
God.
Definitely.
Take the timer down. Take the timer down, please. Lola, rock out. Come on, Lola. Come on, Lola. So we can get to the next topic. Because we got 2 more videos. Come on, Lola.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I'm not
Okay.
taking
No
time
bullshit.
down.
No bullshit, please.
Hold on. I told you my
Thank you,
patience
bruh.
is low today. It's super low today. I ain't taking nothing down. Either y'all get it in when you get it in. I gave you enough time. You told me to come back. All right. Yes, Best is on one tonight. It's my turn now. All right. I'm laying down the fucking law. Okay. The timer's up. We're moving on. Now, Smitty, I don't know which video is which. Tell me
The
which
2
one it
dudes
is.
outside. The dude outside talking.
Well, I didn't even get a chance to speak.
Mr. Hold on, I didn't get a chance to answer the question. Mr. Payne didn't even get a chance to rebuttal.
We moving on.
Look, y'all take it up with that nigga because I'm trying to fuck. Y'all not gonna blow my high. Fuck this shit. Look, so you back,
y'all
you
let
handle it.
everybody else
I'm
before
taking
me
a
and
lunch
Mr.
break.
Payne talk.
You
And
know what
when me-
video to pull up. You got it, so.
y'all don't need
We moving on. I
Say that.
just came back. Smitty asked me to come back in.
Wait,
y'all was done.
Lola didn't get a chance to
Okay.
answer, or
No, it's fine. That's fine. Let them show videos and go to the first person. Let them talk for 30 minutes, and then when me and Mr. Payne want to talk, give us 30 seconds. Oh, that's fine. Go ahead, do it again.
Okay, he just asked me to come back up. I didn't know you guys wasn't done. He asked me to come back up. I'm here.
So
me and Mr. Payne are okay.
let's give
We
them
okay.
let's let them finish. All right, 5 minutes, 250 each, okay? And then we're going to the next video. You 2 only, nobody else.
Okay,
Brother
look,
Payne, Lola
this
only.
This what we doing. I'm giving y'all 10 minutes. It's 8:56. When I come back
Okay.
at 9:06, the shit better be done. I'm not coming back after that. I will end it. Bye, y'all.
I don't think they need that much, but go ahead. So keep your ass close. Go ahead.
Okay, y'all just blew my man high right there with that. Mr. Payne, it's fine.
Right. So listen. First of all, Lola, if that's your name, she's absolutely correct. There's no men who are in the cut, there's very few men are going to turn it down no matter how bad it smells. They might not lick it, but they ain't putting their pants on. They're going to stick something in there. For the most part, that's what men do. You know, there's very few men in the middle of getting a little box that has the discernment to say, you know what, I'm pulling my pants on, I'm leaving, especially if they're in a scarcity mindset. Now, I might not, you know, they might not lick it, but they damn sure they do check. I mean, we all kind of check on the slide. We all do. And if it smells that bad, you don't need to check. It's going to be permeating the goddamn room if it really smells that bad.
Ew.
So, but here's the other thing I was going to say. I like the guy's technique, and I think he was on par with that. But one of the things that we talk about hygiene, which is true, but sometimes sex is spontaneous, and you might not be at your cleanest. Neither one of the parties. You know, nobody stops and say, well, let's find a place to take a bath, you know. So in that case, then there's some things you could tell because you know that you guys might not be at your freshest. Now, the hands is one thing. I understand about women and guys sticking their hands in there. You got to be real careful with that. I learned that at an early age. So I mean, so the video was right on point. I looked at the guy. First of all, it took me a second to find out to see if he was a dude, but then his technique, you know, it doesn't matter. He knows the technique, and I agree with the technique, you know. So I've been married for a long time, so I divide my sex life in pre-marriage and post-marriage, and the post-marriage is a whole lot longer than the pre-marriage. So me and my wife talked about everything. You know, all the stuff. So you best believe she told me what she liked and what she doesn't like. And I didn't get offended by it. So let me land it there.
Well, Mr. Payne, what you're doing is you telling them from a perspective of a mature person. And now, obviously, this guy in the video is a young child. Well, a young person, not young child. A young person. So a lot of times young people don't know themselves, and that's fine. They're young. They're still trying to figure it out. But honestly, that technique that he was talking about, it might work on some women, but honestly, I'm not a fan of that. Personally, like Embrace, I don't do roses at all. It's like, I'm good. As far as knowing your body and clean hands, listen, most of the guys, actually all the guys that I deal with do gritty jobs. So, but I've never had to do with a hand washing problem. I don't know. I don't run into these dirty niggas. But if y'all need to educate these dirty niggas so that they can procreate and make more dirty niggas, go ahead. But I'm not about to educate them. That the nature says they supposed to be childless. So
Lola, don't you know that we would educate them and we would make sure that they're no longer dirty niggas? Why would I educate a dirty nigga on how to be more filthy?
No,
Filthy
it's
niggas
the other
one-on-one. Why would I do that? Why would I start that course, Lola?
No, what I'm saying is the other way around. If someone is dirty, and let's say 35 and they're dirty as a man, right? This is what he naturally is. I don't believe, now you might do it, but I don't believe in educating him on how to be cleaner so he can procreate. No, he is not supposed to procreate. Not that man, okay? So I leaves him where I finds him at when it comes to that. But I'm not going to talk about hygiene and stuff like that. I don't run into these type of men that have hygiene problems. All the men that I deal with smell like beautiful, man, even if they not that beautiful. So I'm not about to educate nobody on cleanliness over here, okay? And I'll land it there.
Okay, Lola. We got you. Thank you, Lola. Okay.
Yo, Smitty, can I admit one truth before you move on?
Yeah. So get your ass back up here, please, sir. Mm-hmm. Go ahead,
I
bro.
feel like my signal, so I'm gonna go Wi-Fi on.
Please educate the children on hygiene. Please educate your children on hygiene.
Yeah. I just don't understand how these things aren't, not even second but first nature. I just don't get it. I know animals, felines are very big on hygiene and cleansing themselves, like, I don't know, damn near close to like 80% of the day. I have no clue of how people His shit is wild. But yeah. So
Hey,
what you
real
got?
quick, Smitty.
Vic, you were saying something? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, my
Whoever.
wife.
Go ahead.
Okay, let me just close this out with this because I wanna make a confession. I'm not gonna speak on behalf of all men, but I will say I have been in different rooms of men and got the same answer, which is if it should come up in conversation, I know a lot of men who would say they've had at least one bad pussy encounter. Now, whether they took the bad pussy is up to the honesty of that man. But at the end of the day, I think anybody who ever took the bad cookie and ate it, not literally in this case, because you're a real low down nigga if you ate it. But if they actually went in there, they understand the consequences of doing that because you risking disease and at best case scenario, that smell gonna stay with you, man. You can't go fuck on nothing else. You trapped with that for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because I can say, yup, nigga, I went out there. You know what I'm saying? When I was real young in the game and I was thirsty than a motherfucker, and I take any pussy at that point just to get that V card up off of me. Yeah, nigga invested in some bad pussy. You know what I'm saying? But I think once you take that poison fruit, then you be like, yeah, nah, I don't want no more of that shit. Now there's a handful of niggas who don't have no morals sexually, and they'll do anything. They will not look. But if you was a man, you would know that niggas is gonna heat that oven up. You know what I'm saying? Long before you ever just jump in.
Okay. All right. So we are going to move.
Okay.
We're going to move to the next topic. Okay, y'all. We're going to go ahead and get ready and get into this next one. So, when it comes to child support and things of that nature, actually curious about that. Okay. And all I want to know is when it comes to that, is that generally something that's equally dished out? Is that something that is what is considered to be reasonable? So like when we hear about maybe celebrities or something, when you're hearing such and such has to pay this much a month in child support, is that really necessary? So is child support something genuinely, truly for the child's support? Or is it really all just another money grab scheme? Okay. We are going to go to Sister Gracie first, okay? And then we're going to go around the board. Brother Vic, we're going to get to you last on this one. It's just a different order in which I'm doing it. Now, matter of fact, let's go backwards. Yeah. Because I forgot. That's what I do sometimes. So we're going to start with Tika. Then we're going to go with Lola. And we're going to go around the board that way. All right. So we're going to do it backwards S. All right. You got the floor. You got the floor, Top Flight.
So
Is child support? Yeah. Go ahead.
So your question is child support necessary?
Is it really? Yes. Is it necessary? And is it really for the children, or is it just another money grab? I'm talking about from court wise all the way down to whatever parent is the beneficiary.
Smitty, you want me to play the video first?
Yes. Play the video.
Okay. All right. I'm back. All right. Everybody done? Everybody good?
Nigga, yes. Play that video. Yes.
I wasn't trying to yell or go at anybody, but I was asked to come back up, so I came back up. Y'all know I wasn't talking about that bullshit y'all was talking about, but I came back up, and then y'all wasn't done. I didn't know who talked. I didn't even watch the segment. Like I said, I'm talking with my lady right now. We're trying to get dinner plans and everything else together. So I didn't know what y'all was talking about. You know what I mean? So let me get to the video, and give me 1 second, y'all. Okay.
I'm about to go get a drink.
Fair use as always, everybody. All right. Let me hit this up.
How many kids?
Of course.
How many kids you got?
Got 2.
2. You on child support?
Nope.
All right. So how do you feel about the woman putting men on child support?
To me, it's phony because you ain't getting nothing. The state gonna get more than what you gonna get. We might as well come to an agreement and sit down and holler and chop it up with each other and you know, make amends with each other instead of putting the state in our business.
Yep. And now, do you only feel like that's good for the fathers that actually want to be there in the kid's life, or even for the deadbeats? Like, do you think
the deadbeats, they deserve child support?
Okay.
Or whatever the bitch want to do with them.
All right.
They deserve that because you sit there and perp like you fuck with them, but you really don't.
Yep. Now, I've been seeing a lot of females saying that it's a man's fault that he on child support because he knew what he was dealing with before he dealt with it.
I think shit, you know, we don't always pick the right ones, but if you done been through it enough, you should know what you want.
Yep.
And how to pick your women.
Okay. You got any kids?
Of course.
Okay, brother Adam, welcome to the panel. Smitty, you ready, bro?
Yeah, no. I'm right here. My buttons was stalling. I'm right here.
It's all good.
All right. So with that right there, okay, we're gonna go around the room. So I mean, really, so you know, my whole thing is like, is child support really necessary? I know some of us are going to have our own takes on it, and I'm making this very clear. Y'all can rock out with it. I don't care nothing about that, but I want to make this very, very clear on this, okay? See, hold on, my buttons. There we go. Hold on, y'all. There we go. I want to make it clear. Listen, have at it. Everybody's perspective is going to be different. Everybody's going to say something that somebody else, the person right next to you, may have a total opposite viewpoint on this thing. Leave it at that. All right. Salute to Sister Foxy in the building. I see you, sis. Okay, now. So we're going to go ahead and get to this. Yes. Is it necessary for us to have it? Really? And is it really for the support of the child, or is it just another money grab? We're gonna go ahead and start with let's just go the regular way, damn it. Vic, rock out, and Gracie, Lola, we're going down the line, so on and so forth. Brother Payne, and we're gonna do it like that. Vic, you got the floor. I digress. My mic is muted.
Come to me last.
All right, bet. Gracie, what you got, Gracie?
Okay, I have a lot to say about child support because I actually lived through a nightmare. And fucking women use the system to oppress men. And it's really messed up. Yes, child support is supposed to be for the child, but a lot of women don't use it for child support. They use it as a pawn. They use it as to destroy a man. They're not thinking of the best interests of the child. And then it's more money for the government. It's a money grab for the government. Follow the money trail. I always tell my homeboys, put yourself on child support for several reasons. One, it helps you budget your money because sometimes men overgive and they're doing too much when they're not really supposed to. And then second, when you get in the next relationship with the next woman, now that woman knows that money can't be touched because that's child support. It really gives the man a man's finances structure when they do put themselves on child support. And women chop their nose off to spite their face because they think they're going to get more with child support. When actuality, if you do work it out with the man, you will get more out of a man if you're fucking nice and treat him with respect than trying to throw him in the court and put the name in the system. But unfortunately, it's used to weaponize men. And women, I hope y'all start learning this, but these judges are starting to go towards the men now, and they're starting to call us on our shit and starting to really investigate what we're spending our money on. There are lobbyists out there trying to put the money on the card now with an itemized statement so they can see what you're spending your money on. Paternity tests are starting to be mandatory. So sooner or later, man, this shit is going to come to an end. Y'all just have to remain united, because I'm not for the bullshit with the woman's sisterhood when y'all just trying to destroy men. And these men need their children. And you're using them as pawns. So I don't feel sorry for women, because I'm going through this through what I've seen a lot of my homeboys go through and what I went through personally with my husband's ex. And she ain't know a woman like me, because I checked her. My own lawyer used the Excel spreadsheet that I used. He overpaid so much that for 2 years, he cut the child support in half because he overpaid. And that's how y'all men need to protect yourself. I digress. My mic is muted.
Okay. So real quick, let's get Foxy.
I'm shooting next. Please let me shoot next.
Okay. All right, so hold on, real quick. So you go, but listen, we're gonna go Foxy and then Lola to go around the board because she came up top. So go ahead, so.
Yeah. Matter of fact, let Lola get next. Let Lola get next, because I know she been right here for a minute. Let Lola get next. And then Foxy can go after that.
All right.
So let me say this. Let me shoot this, right? Oh man. Okay. I'm in rare mode tonight, man. I really am. Now
I couldn't tell, nigga.
Yeah, okay. I hope you're enjoying your drink. Now, listen, man, right? You know what I mean? You know, in my experience, let me say this, right? And I'm gonna share something personal because I just can and I will. You know, when my mom got pregnant, she was a teen mom, right? And she didn't know any better. You know what I'm saying? And my mom, literally, salute to my mom. Mom, I'm gonna call you tomorrow. I know you called me today. I just got caught up with some stuff. But she basically broke her back, broke her mind, broke her spirit, you know what I mean? To raise me right. In the hood, in the midst of nothing. And the person that was supposed to be there, right? That was supposed to be the father of that, right? Didn't take responsibility, left and moved to a different state instead of taking care of responsibilities. Still love them, right? But this is why child support is needed for bullshit like that. You know what I mean? So, yes, there are brothers who do the right thing. There are men who do, you know, take responsibilities. There are men who take care of their kids, right? Like Smitty. Smitty's an excellent father. You know what I mean? If I could make him a Father of the Year award, I would. Phenomenal father. Loves his daughter more than anything in his life. And will give his very last to make sure that she's at her best. So she could be the best in the world, no pun intended. You know what I'm saying? And he's actually called me and told me about the things that he does in order to make sure his daughter's protected and well taken care of. Driving miles and miles to make sure his daughter's well fed and taken care of. So salute to you, Smitty, on that one. For real, for real. You definitely deserve that, brother. Much love.
I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, but I thank you for what you're saying. But I you know, that's what I'm supposed to do.
I know, bro, but so many of them are not. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna sit here and act like all men are innocent or all women are innocent, because neither one is. Let's be honest. In relationships, it always takes two. You know what I mean? But sometimes, right? Sometimes, I'm not even gonna use the term. I was gonna play around and use some terms, but I'm not even gonna do it because it's a serious conversation. But sometimes, right? Men, you know what I mean, will get a woman knocked up, and now he don't want to have nothing to do with the child. He don't want to have nothing to do with taking responsibilities. He'll move and he'll leave the woman raising these kids by themselves. And I'm pretty sure there's plenty of sisters up here who can attest to men dropping the ball or not doing what they have to do to take care of the kids. You know what I mean? I'm not saying every sister up here, but I'm pretty sure maybe one of y'all will, right? And there's times with women, right? Will lay down with a man because of what money he has or his stature or who he's supposed to be or whatever else and get pregnant by him, hoping to get some ducats. hoping to get some cash, hoping to get cashed out, right? So we're seeing on both ends. You know what I'm saying? Now, unfortunately, because of this, now the government has to step in. You know what I mean? And they got to step in and they got to try to do their due diligence to clean up some stuff that's not even their business, to be honest. But because two people can't be responsible adults and our child is involved, because that's what we're forgetting. In all of this segment, we're forgetting the person that's most vulnerable, which is the child. We always forget about the children. The children are always not even thought of. We just think about, oh, it's the man for, oh, it's the woman for. Fuck all that. What about the kids? And excuse my French, Skylar, I'm sorry, I know you're watching. Excuse my French, bro, but I gotta say it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what about the kids, man? Nobody thinks about the kids. And that's what's wrong with y'all. Y'all spend hours upon hours, a lot of you content creators, not everybody, but a lot of y'all spend hours upon hours talking about what is the man for, it's the women for. Men need to be better, women need to be better, blah, blah, blah. And none of y'all take accountability for none of the stuff that y'all do in the first place. And that's why you're here, and that's why you're dealing with the results of your life that you deal with. And that's a fact. And all along, our children running amok. You can't even go and buy yourself an outfit in the mall without these little dudes running up in the mall, ransacking the whole mall. And they may take your stuff too. And they may knock you over or shoot you or do something worse. But that's because us as grown folks, we're distracted on bullshit. And that's why the kids are the way that they are. And that's why the system is the way that there is. So I just call for adults to start being adults so we don't have to have child support. You don't have to have social services. We don't have to have none of these things. And our kids can grow up in a safe environment. You know what I mean? Like I said, what my brother Smitty provides, right? And his family provides. You know what I mean? Please, adults, start being adults. If you're not ready to have kids, don't have them. Point blank, period. Because they're the ones that suffer the most. Lola, it's on you.
Okay.
Foxy,
Can you hear
you
me?
next. Go ahead, Lola.
Can you hear me?
Loud and
Okay.
clear, loud and clear, sis.
Okay. Well, as someone who has been a child support case enforcement manager, okay. Yeah, I was the lady dipping into accounts, investigating people, pulling money, crying over child support. Yeah, I was that lady that people hated. And I'm gonna say this, and Embrace the Grace. You know, this isn't no shade, but I think you've heard a lot from the outside, and you really don't understand truly child support and abuse and fraud for real. When it comes to child support in general, and I don't think many people do the math on child support to see, well, who's getting over on the system and the man, or whatever the case may be. Child support in any state is capped through Department of Child Support at 27% of your income. That's a cap, meaning they cannot take more than that of your income at all. Legally, it's illegal for any state to take more than 27% of your income. However, if you get walked into a court, which is different from Department of Child Support, and a judge or magistrate decides what you should pay, judges have the same rights as presidents. They can say, listen, 100% of your income going into child support, and that's just how I feel today. Tomorrow might be different. They have a legal right to tell you to pay whatever they want you to pay. That's just the right of a judge. But to say, well, Department of Child Support, chicks are using Department of Child Support to get niggas, that is virtually no way to do that. It is virtually no way to do that. And when it comes to, paternity, I don't understand that conversation you mentioned, because legally you cannot even start a child support case without a paternity test. You can't
That's
start
not
it.
true. You could put your name on a birth certificate, and the kid and the man is stuck paying child support. Hold
on, let me help you understand something.
Let her finish, Gracie. Let her finish, Gracie.
I've worked in this business, okay, for a while, and I'm telling you now, when you as a person sign a affidavit, okay, this tells the state that you forfeit
any other conversation other than the fact that you are this child's parent. The state will not care about whether you're the biological parent or not when you sign an affidavit that you are the parent. This is why when you sign birth certificates, the state doesn't give a damn about, stuff like paternity, because you just signed a document legalizing the fact that you are this child's parent. So they don't have to do a paternity test when they have an affidavit. However, many men in the child support system have not signed a birth certificate. Okay, they haven't. And this is why they're in the system, because they have to, go through the ranks and all of that. That happens. But let me tell you something. Fraud exists on the male side, too. I had to literally investigate 2 men who defrauded the system while I was working there, sending other people in to take their tests so that they would not have to pay for their own children, because the paternity test will come back negative on their own.
Were they foreigners, Lola? Were they foreigner niggas?
No, they were not foreigners. They were African Americans.
All right,
So
never mind.
this is what I'm saying. Fraud exists anywhere in America that money is being extracted. That's just across the board. It's gonna happen. The government knows that. However, the government has an imperative to put people on child support that cannot support their children on their own. And really, I'm all for the government as far as this is concerned. If the government don't put people on child support, okay, and that's including women too, okay, they probably should have the right to imprison people and force them into free labor to balance out what it's going to cost them on the outside when that child doesn't have medical coverage, doesn't
They
have
should be
daycare,
forced
doesn't
into
have-
slavery.
Yeah,
That's what free labor is.
Listen.
slavery.
Every time I talk, everybody got something to say. Chill.
All right. Go ahead. My bad one.
Yeah, I know. See, y'all be interrupting me, and then y'all want to say I'm long-winded. Okay. If you cause the system to be trumped up because you put a child in the system that now doesn't have medical coverage, that doesn't have food, that doesn't have adequate shelter, that doesn't have adequate health to be in the public, meaning in public school, right? And now your child is a burden on society simply because you have a penis. The government has a right to stop you from being a terrorist and castrate you or imprison you so that you will not be a terrorist on the community. That's what the government should have a right to do if you are going to terrorize the community with said children and there's no child support system involved. Literally.
That's
And
what they're doing in China.
I don't care what they do in China. I think that this is what the U.S. government should do if they forfeit a system to control people and this money situation. And people can say the government gets a portion of your child support if you want to. So does the bank. You think the money you got in your bank account right now is really yours? They only ensuring that when you go to the ATM, they got enough to give you. All your money is someplace else. So let's stop it, cat. When we talk, the government taking more than your money in child support. No, every bank doing that. Let's stop. But to the point of child support, is it necessary? Of course it's necessary. But does it work? Not really. It doesn't really work because, let's say this. If you got a newborn baby, daycare is about $1,000 a month for a newborn baby. However, if you make minimum wage as a guy or less than 50K, you're probably going to be paying not enough to even cover that one bill, let alone food, diapers, and anything else. Okay. So the system is in place. But does it really work for children? Not all the time. Now, some children will get child support and it works for them based on who their parents are. Other ones, not so much. But here's the thing. The government is not God. The government is not going to solve every problem. It's only here to try and help. Now, if it can't help, this is where it starts to locking people up to make sure that, you do right. And I for one, I do not feel that the child support system is harming anyone. Like, seriously, like Embrace the Grace said that she tells her guys to go put themselves on child support. Many men do that so that they can keep a record of what they're doing so they don't have to put money in nobody's hand and trust that they're going to tell the law that, hey, I got this money from this person. I wholeheartedly agree with making sure there's a money trail. But here's the thing. Don't sit and knock the system in one breath and then the next breath sit and say it's fucked up. And then say, oh, well, no, we need the system. And then the next breath say, oh, no, the system isn't working. And then the next breath say, oh, well, this person should have been on child support because they did be. Like, it's like, come on. Like, yeah, child support exists. If you don't pay it and you're in that system, this is what happens. try not to get caught up in that system. But if you do, this is life. So grow up and grow a pair.
So you agree with? So you're pro child support. That's okay. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
You're pro child. Okay, bet. Yeah, no, rock out. Shit. That's what's up. Stand on that shit. Okay. We gonna go to Sister Foxy real quick. Go ahead, get it out, sis. Take your time. It is so lovely to have you once again. And then we're gonna hit. Hold on, Vic. Have you gone, Vic?
I have not. I'm ready when you're ready.
Okay, so after Foxy, you gonna okay. So after Foxy, Vic, you gonna go. Then we just gonna go down the bottom row in the order in which it is. Tika and left to right as we looking. I digress. My mic is muted. Rock out, Foxy.
All right. Well, first of all, salute to you, Snackable. Salute to my Grace, Soapbox, and then everybody else on the panel, because I don't know y'all like that, but salute. All right. So I agree with the video with the young man who was stating, everything he was saying. And I like the fact that he said, I'm a product of being a teenage mom myself. And so first of all, let's get some facts. So I just looked up when these enactments, enforcements came about, right? So the first federal child support enforcement legislation was Public Law 81-734, the Social Security Act amendments in 1951. Then it got, I guess you want to call, amended again in 1975. But going further back in time, in 1976, 1776, child support laws were existed in the 13 colonies. However, it wasn't until 1880 that the courts created civil law for child support. So this has been going on for a very long time. So in our eyes, we think of it as very modern, but actually this has been going on for 200-300 years, as long as United States enslaved indigenous people. So should they be involved? I mean, obviously they have been involved for a very long time. I think that in situations where there are teenage children involved, the courts need to step in, right? The parents, because I was a teenager, but I wasn't a minor. Well, I was 16. That's not really a minor. I can consent to certain things. The teenage boy didn't want to be a part of me taking care of this child. And my mom was working 2 jobs and raising 2 other children. Therefore, I had to find a way, and it's not that I couldn't go to work, but I also was going to high school at the same time. So I was advised to go on welfare. Didn't know nothing about it, but went there nonetheless. And I was advised by an adult, oh, well, you have to do X, Y, and Z. And yes, you have to take a paternity test so that you can get the father of the child to pay. Well, because he was a minor, he couldn't pay for child support. It had to come out of his mother's check. We got $25 a month for years. I never went after him. I didn't feel it was right, because he said he didn't want to be a part of this. We were teenagers. We didn't know any better. We knew better. We knew there was going to be a consequence. So I think when we're at that age, yes, the government may need to step in. Now, I like that the brother was saying, once you have experience and you do it again, shame on you. You know what I'm saying? If the woman's going to then put you on child support and you got 2 other kids and you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing for them, shame on you. It is bias. I think that there should be women being taken into court as well, because there's a lot of deadbeat women out here that bank the system, and that's daddy. But that system has been in place again for eons. So, it's a double-edged sword. But yeah, I guess, child support should be enforced. And unfortunately, some men that don't deserve it go on it, and it's unfortunate. So with that, I digress. Thank you.
Right. Nah, thank you so much. I appreciate you, sis. As always appreciate you gracing the stage. So Yes, brother Vic. All right, so we're going to Vic, Tika. We sliding on down the line. Go ahead and rock out, Vic. You got the floor. Give us what your take is, Brody. Do you need the question repeated just in case, or you good? Is Vic there? Let's see. Maybe he's working on the sound. I don't know. Vic. Going once, going twice. All right, we're gonna go down the line. We're gonna come back to brother Vic. Tika.
My bad. I was muted, homie. Can you hear me now?
Okay, there he is. Yeah. You all in, you clear. Okay, so do you need the question repeated, or you good to go?
Yeah, I think I'm good to go.
All right, go ahead, rock out, my G. You got the floor, Tika. You next, and we going down the line.
Okay, so I just want to say, finessing the paternity test is wow. That's crazy. Like, I've heard of like people doing like wild and like terrible, like spirited things, but to fake like you're not the father because you believe you are, or you just want to, you don't want to know, you want to make sure you're not. That is crazy. I never even thought of the possibility, but let's just lead that into the point of the mandatory paternity test. Now, I think Grace was speaking on it, but I just heard about, I don't know if it's Florida, but it's a couple of little places where they starting that mandatory paternity in cases of child support. Now, I happen to feel like you should have a mandatory paternity
Hey,
test.
hold on, real quick, Vic. When you say the mandatory, can you just give me just a brief, because I'm not hip to this. How does that work? So what's mandatory? Like if you take a piss and it's what's mandatory exactly? How does it work, if you don't mind?
Well,
Some of us might not be here.
the way that Grace was speaking about earlier, once you sign the birth certificate, those other cases that didn't sign the birth certificate, a lot of times guys were caught up in those cases and found out after 18 years of paying child support that the child wasn't theirs. So if you wanted to have a paternity test done at any point in that time, you could have. Now they're saying that to file a case in these certain counties, they're requiring that you prove the paternity of the person you're accusing. Before we even go, you hold up the court's time, you must have that proof. So that is a new development in
finally
family court. I didn't hear you.
No, I was saying finally, because 1 out of every 3 men are paying for kids that are not theirs. They were under the assumption that they were the parent and they signed the birth certificate. Now they spend half their life proving that they're not the father, and the courts don't care. You're still going to pay, even though it's not your child.
Okay, great. Yeah, no. Thank you, Gracie. Real quick, because I want Vic to finish, because we got people on the bottom row. You know what I'm saying? That we want to make sure we let them get in here.
He asked me a question, Smitty.
My bad. Go ahead.
It's all good.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Were you finished, Grace?
Yeah, I'm done.
Well, you know, I was supporting the point that she had made earlier in the conversation, but at the end of the day, the paternity test, I was saying that's once a child support claim has been made, then it becomes that, okay, now you have to so much time for the man to be subpoenaed to, you know, be checked or tested for paternity. So this is something that whoever files, because a man can go file to have it on himself. He can go put himself on child support because he may want access to his child, which is not guaranteed just because you put yourself on child support, which is wild. But my question is this: if you're having this relationship still with your child, because that's what you're negotiating inside of this child support case, because if we're talking about any significant amount of money, from a man who could provide that in reality while still living his life elsewhere, then that access is gonna, be something he almost demands, but his hands are tied in that case. So if you're saying, oh well, look at how he did me, they ain't give me nothing in child support, that's on a celebrity scale. But as far as regular people, these are real reasonable amounts that these people are asking for in comparison to the children. Now, my question to anybody else as I pass the mic is, if you have a situation like this where you have someone who had 2 kids from a previous marriage where the man was affluent, but now they're on to a different husband, they divorced that husband, let's just say it's a woman, now she's got a new husband, he's a better man, but he's not as financially affluent as the first husband, because she's got a new child with this man, but she also has possession of the children from their first relationship. Now those children get child support in from that affluent man. Should that money now stop at this new child? Because we were talking about them having to itemize what the money's being spent on. The court don't care nothing about, oh well, they in the same house and that child is gonna feel some type of way. That money has to be spent on that child if that's how we going. How do you feel about the court stepping in and creating the inevitable, which is a blended household? How is that supposed to work?
Okay, all right. So hold on, Vic. If you don't mind, brother, respect you. Because I don't want us to all, because people on the bottom row haven't even answered the first question that I already initiated.
Okay,
So,
I apologize.
listen,
I don't mean to change
you
the
good.
content.
Listen, hear me. You good, Brody. Listen, if you can, try to write it down or take it down in your phone or whatever. As soon as we done and the floor is open, bro, go ahead and ask that question and rock out, bro. Whoever want to chip away at it, we can go ahead and do it like that. No problem. I just want everybody to get on what we already initially have going on. That's all. But you got it, dog. No problem. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go to Tika. No, hold on. Our Pain is up. Okay, all right. So look, brother R Pain, and
Yes,
then we're
sir.
going to Tika. We're going down the line.
Yeah, I'll be quick. Yeah, well, first of all, the child support system is necessary, especially for the guys who don't want to pay. So you don't have to cheat. Only problem I have with the child support system is that it's the other side of the coin of the penal system. You're in the system, and it really never makes sense to me to lock somebody up and expect to get money from them when he can't work. It's kind of stupid. The punishment doesn't make any sense to me. Now we're paying 3 hots in a cot for a guy you want to get money from. So that's stupid. But as far as the child support system, is it abused? It's only abused, but by, like the sister said, when a judge supersedes the actual percentage and tells a man just because he's affluent that a kid is supposed to get $20,000 a month or $100,000 a month if the guy's rich. I think that's stupid. I think that's abuse of the system. And that's it. So there's some abuses on every side, but you got to go after a man. If you're responsible for a baby, you got to pay for it, or else the rest of us have to pay for it. Now, is it enough? That's a different story. Should they have a card for to itemize what's being bought? Yeah, they should do that, because some mothers don't pay anything for the kid. They just use it and buy whatever they can with it, and the kid gets abused. So, and matter of fact, they should get rid of that. It should be 50-50 default anyway in the future, because I don't think it's a foregone conclusion that the woman's the best parent for the kid anyway. I disagree with that shit too, especially after they get out of the milking stage. For boys, especially at 7 or 5, they should go over to their fathers automatically. If the guy's a capable man. So anyway, that's all I have. We can just go around the horn. I'm not going to be long-winded.
No, thank you for that. Hey, much respect to that, brother. Much respect to that. Yeah, okay, top flight. It's on you, sis. What you got, sis? It's on you.
Yeah, so I just want to shine more light on the fact that a part of this child support discussion is due to people just being irresponsible, right? And I do think that we have to do way better in that area. However, I do know that things happen, and here we are, right? So ultimately, the child has to be taken care of. That is the most important thing. Me personally, I don't care what happens. I'm not doing no child support, nothing. In my head, I feel like, me trying to get child support, I'll probably end up owing. I don't want no shit like that to happen. So it's a no go for me. But I do believe in a child being taken care of, period, point blank, and whatever it takes to do that, then I'm in agreement with that piece. But yeah, that's all I have.
Okay, nah, salute to that. I ain't gonna lie, that's some solid shit. Brother Allen in the building. What's going on, my G? How you feel, dog?
What's going on, everyone? You know what I'm saying? How y'all?
Everything been good, man? How's your day been, man? How's your headspace? How's everything going on with you? Did you eat healthy today? Did you pray often?
Everything is lovely. It's
My
all
man, that's all I need to know. Rock out.
But no, though. I was one of those men that put himself on child support. And I did that immediately. We were dating, things like that. Of course, wasn't married. And, the mother of my child had other things in mind and stuff like that. Okay, cool. So what I had started doing is, of course, I supported my child since day one. Now, what I started doing, I bought a receipt book, things like that. I was instructed to do so by my family. And keep in mind, the key word is having family around. Now, we're going to keep moving. I was instructed to do so. And so I did so. Whenever she came to pick up anything, stuff like that, she signed that book. I gave her cash, whatever, you know what I'm saying? She signed that book. I had other witnesses around at the moment that she came over to pick up these things, stuff like that, whether it be diapers, clothes, whatever. She signed that book. She stood right there while other people signed that book as witnesses to say that, yes, you know what I'm saying, this is for XYZ, child support, this and that. It was clearly written out on the receipt, this and that. It's a double receipt. I gave her a receipt. I kept the main copy. So, you know what I'm saying? All right. So finally, she kept being stupid. She wouldn't let me get my child. This is the thing of it is, when we get in these situations as men, this how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Okay. You want to keep the children, things like that, for whatever reason, woo-woo. At that point, when we in these feuds and stuff like that, men don't give a fuck. The men that want their children. I'm talking about the men that want their children. We don't care what your feelings and all that type of shit. Like talking about, they ain't studying that. My mother, my grandmother, my grandfather, my people, my cousins, all this stuff, they want to spend time with this baby too. We ain't giving a fuck about your feelings. You deal with that shit on your own personal problem.
Hey, let me ask you this real quick, and I want you to keep going. Brother Allen, do you believe personally that if there was never, ever, ever anything called poof, child support, gone, never existed, do you believe that majority of the youth in our community would be taken care of? And keep going with what you're saying. Rock out.
Oh yes. To put the system into play with the situation is a huge burden amongst the family dynamic, period. But at the end of the day, yeah, that's what I did though. And at that moment, not only was I given instructions by my family, because I was the one that went out there and made the mistake. I was the one that went out there, and I'm not saying it was a necessarily mistake, but I was the one that went out and had the child out of wedlock when I was born in a family that did not have children out of wedlock. So now this is my plight. This is my fight. But I'm being instructed in order how to navigate certain things. So I navigate it and I do right by it. So now we go to court because like I said, you know what I'm saying, she was still trying to keep, you know what I'm saying, the baby at a certain place. And yeah, so I was like, fuck this shit. So I went down myself and, you know what I'm saying, got the system involved, this and that, because I want my child, my people want to see my kid, all that type of stuff, whoop de whoop, bam. So I go down there, I do this. And yeah, so we finally get to court. They tally up the numbers, this and that. Especially at that time, I'm talking about this is back in like 2003, maybe 4. I was way a lot younger then. I'm 40 now, so I was real young then. We're not making money like that. But, you know what I'm saying, I was still working, things like that, hustler, all that type of stuff was going on. So, you know, yeah, I was still taking care of my kid. And so, yeah, from what they saw from the records of what I was making, working at my job at that time and stuff, you know, they, of course, like the other sister said, yeah, it's a certain percentage that they're gonna place you on. And they did that. But you know what I'm saying? She's sitting up in court. I'm sitting up in court. Keep in mind now, I got petty on the motherfucker. I came to court with my motherfucker suit on, real talk. I'm talking about I was in a suit tie, real talk, mashed out. You know what I'm saying? What happened was they looked at me, they looked at her, and they was like, ma'am, we can't give you what he actually been giving you from the receipts and everything that he's presenting. I had all the receipts in court from her signing, getting everything that I gave her. Now, I know nowadays they want to try to say that, well, you know, you give this woman something, it's a gift. No, it ain't a gift. If you got her signed document, signature on fucking receipts from a receipt book, well, she got a copy.
Wait, Brother Allen, are you saying signed document saying that she will repay, or just you can prove that you bought it for her?
I could prove that I bought it specifically for the child, for child support. That's what the written document.
Okay.
This is for child support. This shirt, this clothes, this, that, this X amount of cash.
And so hold on. Handwritten notes. No, I'm just asking, real talk. Handwritten notes, Alan, you're allowed to bring.
No, I'm talking about books now. When you go to Office Max, they have such thing as receipt books for businesses.
Okay.
Looking at this.
So like, you do receipt books. I don't know. Maybe somebody else knows more. Look, my homeboys that I've heard, they had to have everything governmental, from pay stubs to everything that was specifically from the court. They want their stuff, from what I know. But listen, all states are different. So I'm gonna leave that alone. I just want to get a better idea, bro, as I'm listening to you. But rock out, Alan.
To Lola, judge, she said the judge has discretion regardless of the law. So the judge in his case might have gave.
That is true. Right, that is true. Okay. Rock out.
Don't get it twisted. Okay. Now, I'm also talking about something that was like almost 21 years ago. Because I'm talking about 2000. My daughter's gonna be 21 soon. So, you know, I'm talking about something that was, the laws have changed since 21 years ago. So, you know, I'm talking about what my specific situation.
Facts. No, facts. I do understand that, bro.
Yeah, it was a difference. But anyway, to wrap it up, yeah, that's what I did. And at the end of the day, though, it came to a point to where I was able to prove at that particular time and day with the system that I was actually being a productive father. And, you know, yeah, they gave me, you know, full joint custody, like seriously. So I was able to make my moves, pick up my child whenever I get good and ready. There you go.
Shout out to the elders in your family, brother.
Okay, salute. Brother Omni, it's on you, and of course, Uncle Ferg, you got it after that. And then we're gonna open up the floor for a second before we get to the last video. We got one more video, but we're gonna let folks rock out on this. Brother Omni, Uncle Ferg, go ahead.
So child support is a must, but I would say we definitely need all births, not just births that are tied up in child support, but all births. It should be mandatory with all births for paternity testing.
Oh yes.
Every child born should be, because think about the scenarios in which the dude is paying for the child. There's no child support. The dude's been upkeeping the child for the whole 18 years, and you know everybody's getting along just fine, and they find out like way later in life that this isn't his biological child. I mean, like finding out when the kid's a grown ass adult type shit. Like, no. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
So many scenarios can come from this. So yeah, every childbirth should come with paternity testing. It should be mandated.
Okay. All right, bet. Nah, good shit, my G. Nah, I like that. Uncle Ferg, it is on you, my elder. Go ahead and drop those, of course, antique gems on us. What you got for us, Uncle?
I mean, pretty much what everybody said is right on point. You know, I definitely agree with Brother Allen. But, you know, I'm going to speak a little bit to the man right now, you know, because the man, we know that this dynamic has been plaguing us overall for the last 30, 40 years. So
right,
it's pretty much being a new age of hookup culture, you know, not really too many relationships being established. People are just hooking up. It's imperative that you cover yourself up and protect yourself. It's imperative. If you happen to make a child, be like Brother Allen, take yourself down to the child support. Do not allow the judge to make that mandate on you, because again, he's going to max out your take-home pay, and you're going to pay into the state, and you're going to pay into whatever little benefit, they golf cart weekends, whatever little fun they got your money going to, and you're going to lose out on certain certifications. You won't qualify for certain things.
Right.
You can use your driver's license to get to work. And the beautiful thing about it, Brother Allen, he had great elders. Go to your family members who may have experienced that, and they may be able to give you some knowledge on how to work around that. If you do give cash, like I said, go get a $3 receipt book, and only thing that can be on that receipt book is child support. If you buy Coke for Christmas, child support. If you go to anything that you buy that's tangible, child support. Now, I'm not talking about you taking to McDonald's and all that, but if you buying her some shoes and you know that the mother just may not be able to par, once you started looking at how you fucked up, put everything child support. So when she go to court after you decide, you know, when you finally grow up and move on, she gonna be mad at you because you got another lady and all that. Now when you go in court, you have your ammunition. You don't even have to say a whole lot. At that point, when you go to court, you let your documentation and your professionalism speak for you. You don't have to say nothing to her, because
that
that
made a whole difference in court, brothers. Right? Real talk. I'm telling you, for me, like that made a whole difference.
Yes, and even though you may not have the words, that's why you have to be diligent today, especially going into today's climate. Because in the past, when you go into court, now here's another thing: is so much. If you live with a woman and anytime she becomes pregnant, you may get some mail over her, because if they're on Section 8. And they don't want to lose that Section 8. You can have that, like, look, you was on Section 8 and I was living here and I got some mail, and you don't want me telling folks, so let's work something out. Sometimes you got to play on that same ball field. Let's work something out. I want to see my child. I want my son and daughter that look like me, the ones that you're going to be mad at when they get 15 because they got my personality. Let me have them. Listen, we can work something out. Let me have them. And a man with his child is going to raise that child to be the best citizen not only for the community, but for the world. So ladies, just give a man that opportunity. Now, if you meet another love and you have another baby, great. Just at that time, don't be a single mama. Make sure he's a husband. And fellas, if you're not there, listen, but if you do have a child and you're young, when you go there, they're going to look at your child support based off your income. And don't put that pressure on your goddamn mama and your grandmama to take care of your child. If you're a little weenie up, ain't saying not have sex, because you can't tell a 15, 16-year-old his thing waking them up every morning not to have sex, but you got to protect yourself. There's even sexually transmitted diseases out here that you can get at an early age and just ruin everybody, because now you're going to probably have sex with everybody that you can give it to. So don't do that to your life and your family's life. But if you're young and don't have no children, go see the world first, man. Get your skills set up. Go see the world. Come back, and all them women that was sleeping with all your buddies and blowed out and smell like pickle juice, you're going to be able to pick from the top of the heap. At the top of the heap, even if you're making 60,000, because you're gonna shine like new money. You won't be old and ran through. Like, even as a boy, sometimes, especially nowadays, it's scary, and ain't nobody trying to get married. So if you protect yourself between 21 and 41, man, you at the top of the heap. Other than that, be poor if you're a child.
The pickle juice what killed me.
Hey, hello.
Floor's open for a bit. Floor's open for a bit till we get to the next video. Go ahead, Lola. Floor's open. Y'all rock out.
I just want to say that I noticed that when you fellas was talking about if you're not married, talking to the women, that's their way of not being caught up in the system, right? But you didn't turn that around when the men and say, hey, if you don't want to get caught up in the system, make sure that the woman you dicking down raw is your wife. Y'all not turning it around that concretely on men. You feel me? But you're doing that on women. And honestly, right, this just shows that the same bias that went into creating this system is the same bias that's perpetuating itself inside of the issue that obviously is never going to fix itself. I just noticed that. Now, I mean, and honestly, I will just say, to the point of, like, I forgot who mentioned it about being equal. I think it was Mr. Allen. When you go into court now, okay, because I know about 20 years ago it was different. When you go into the court now, it's not a clean thing of I just want child support and I want him to pay it. It's not that clean. Right now in my state, if two people walk into
let her finish, Alan. Let her finish.
Damn, this is what I'm saying. I'm gonna start putting money on y'all, because y'all, I can almost get a bottom dollar. Like, I can't, like, everybody else can talk, y'all be quiet as shit. Then I come up here, everybody got something to say. I'm tired, I'm tired. Now, let me say this. In my state, if you walk into a court as a woman and say, I'm putting this man down, I'm taking him to court, this the daddy. He signed the affidavit, okay, this the daddy, cool. We want to go to court for custody and child support. The first thing y'all gonna do is go to counseling before they even have a hearing on custody or child support. Y'all have to go to mandatory counseling, and you're married or not, mandatory counseling, 3 sessions. And what happens during those sessions is the judge watches to see who they gonna take sides with, who's gonna be the hostile one and who's not, who's gonna be the one that's not willing to cooperate. Now, the reason why these 3 sessions are there is to give those 2 people time to get it together on their own. Now, if they cannot get it together on their own, everything is documented. The judge is going to see what happened during those 3 little counseling sessions or whatever, and then make a determination based on that. And a lot of times the determination is going to be based on where the child is physically at, what the bills are, and what you can prove the bills are, not what the bitch wants. Like, that's not how it actually goes down. If you a guy and you say, I just want to be able to see my child whenever I want to see my child, it don't work like that. Sorry, bro. If you want to be able to drop in at your leisure, you're going to have to pay for that. That's how it goes. If you want to be able to say, I want to see my child, sure, the judge is going to ensure that you can see your child. But it's not going to be no 50-50 split on the finances, because that's not fair. She has to bear the brunt of that child in ways the court can't even mandate. So, no, if you want that freedom, you're going to have to pay up for that. Now, if you want to take the child
50-50, like me and my child's father, he got the child 3.5 days a week, I got the child 3.5 days a week, the judge is not going to issue no child support order unless there's something like, for instance, like my son has private school. And honestly, like we pay for that. We don't do child support on that. But this is what I'm saying. When people keep talking about what women are doing to men, obviously you haven't been to the court in the last fucking 6 months. Because that's not what's happening. You, as a woman, you cannot just walk into court and say, I want him to pay child support. Because you are liable to be the one paying child support, walking in the court, making demands like that nowadays. Seriously. Like a judge will literally say, you know what? I know he can't afford it. But matter of fact, you pay him child support and the system will pay daycare and you get a job. And this is how we want it from now on. The judge will literally make changes quick like that. That's what happened with me and my sister with my father. Everything went to my mother and the judge found out my mother did some fuck shit with $1,000. Suddenly my mother was homeless. My father had full custody and she was paying him like literally overnight. So it's like, it's not even to a woman's advantage to play games with the courts nowadays. So I rebuke anyone that sits there and says, you know, the system, people using the system. Listen, no, the system is a trap for anybody to step in the ring. It don't matter who you is nowadays. So I think people need to kind of get off of the old school way that things used to be when the system was kind of still like working itself out and really look at what we looking at today. Like today, if you the type of guy, and I trust me, I've seen them, and you work and you just want your child, you know, when you can have your child, that's something you're going to have to personally work out with shorty, because that's not how the courts operate and you can't expect it to. But here's my question to y'all, okay? Why is it that y'all never see, y'all never can tell that a chick is grimy until after you know, put a child up in it? Like, why y'all can't never tell that these chicks be ratchet before y'all literally put a child up in it? Like, why? How?
Hold on.
That ass is fat.
That's a wild assertion.
That ass is fat, Lola.
No.
Come on now. What other answer do you expect niggas to give other than that ass is fat?
It ain't
Rock
just
out.
about the ass, low key too.
It's a lot of raw fucking going on out
Why ain't
here.
women checking each other no more? Why ain't y'all checking each other no more?
You said checking?
What you mean?
Why ain't y'all checking each other? Why women are not checking each other anymore?
How would a woman check another woman on what her and a man?
The elder women used to do it all the time. And listen, look.
Everybody back up. Everybody back up.
She tell me stories about how women used to check each other back in the day all the time. So yeah, y'all used to hold each other accountable. Y'all used to drive the sluts out of the community in order to keep the function of the community. Y'all used to do that. So I mean, hey,
drive the sluts out.
Yeah.
Okay, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about sluts, okay? Because you're a man. Let me tell you something about sluts. Sluts have always been around. There's no such thing as sluts and
to be used for a certain project.
I will say about 50 years ago, right, which is the earliest time period we have in our living time period to draw on. People just had families in different parts of the city. We didn't call them sluts. We just called them other women. Men had a family on the east side and a marriage and a family on the west side. That's how men operated, and that's how they liked it. So what we're not going to do in 2024 is sit there and say, well, y'all didn't have sluts back in the day. No, men love sluts, and they still love sluts.
No.
That's
I'm not saying that.
and that's not what we're going to do. Y'all keep making sluts. We're going to keep having sluts.
Yeah, let's not tit for tat, because the man was also raising another man's kid in those households too. So it wasn't.
Right. Correct.
Okay. If we've gotten that out of our system, I love it. So let's go ahead and get to the meat of the bones on this one. All I'm gonna say to y'all is this, okay? I got my questions about this. I believe a lot of brothers may listen and they may be like, yep, because that's how I be out here. It's so hard to find somebody. I got my questions. And let's see if we, have any common ground, and or do we all see this thing something different? So if you don't mind, you can pull up the last video for us for the evening.
Hold on.
But,
Just go with Vic's question. I'm not doing any more videos right now. Go with Vic's question.
Okay. All right. Well, Vic, go ahead and rock out with your question right now until we go ahead and get to that later.
Okay, so let's pose a situation, and this will encompass the question. Let's just say that you were this successful content creator, and you worked your way up, and you got all this money, and you ran into, I don't know, a Brittany Renner. Now, you have a child with Brittany Renner. However, it doesn't work out between you all. So she goes and she has a child with this guy, and now she also has the child with Future. Matter of fact, let's make them not Future. Let's make them Joe Donut in the Hood. So now you have your child, because she has custody of your child, because whatever state it is in, more than likely is gonna, until you can prove that she's unfit, they're gonna give her primary custody. So she's got your child, and now she has 2 new children. But you're paying child support. Does that child support, do you think it's fair for that child support to now support the other children that she's had with other men? Because I'm not even gonna say because, I'm gonna leave it, I'm gonna form the question that way and leave it at that.
I think I know what you I know what you're getting at, right? And to a degree, it is a legal question, right? But unfortunately, Vic, I'm gonna tell you something, right? That it's just unfortunate. The law really can't help that circumstance. Like it can't. Like the law cannot sit there and say, well, based on who she gets with next and what caliber person they are, determines whether you should pay child support and how much for your child. Like the law can't sit there and make those determinations. Like that doesn't even make sense, honestly. But I'll be honest with you, right? To a degree, if you as a person, as a man, want to challenge your amount that you're paying based on the guy that she with, if she's married to dude, you could do that, and the courts can say, you know what, her combined income is X, and we want to change what you paying her based on whatever amount that they change it to. You can do that. There's women right now that if you the type of guy that you go get married while you paying child support and you file your taxes together, they can collect taxes based on your combined income, not just your income. It depends. So it's like you can challenge things, sure. But when it comes to the law itself saying, hey, because she got with a new dude and there's money now in his pocket that he has that's changing the dynamics, they can't really call that when it comes to what you paying. But I'm going to be honest with you. Listen, if you don't want to have a child with a woman, with another dude that's not of your same caliber, you might want to strap up or run the risk of being in an unfortunate circumstance. I mean, I don't know how else to put it.
Okay, Lola, I didn't want to interrupt you, but you answering the wrong thing. What I said Future, that's why I took it back, because I didn't want the context to be confused. But the point would be, if this affluent man had a baby by let's just say a promiscuous person, and they went and had multiple children, whether it was with the same man who's a new man or multiple men. Okay. I'm paying a large amount of child support to support my child. But should whatever amount that I'm paying, should that be dispersed evenly between those children that aren't mine because they're under the same roof and household?
It shouldn't be, but it shouldn't be, right? But theoretically, right, how can you differentiate that? For instance, if your money as an affluent man goes towards giving her money to keep the child at a certain status, right, in terms of private schooling, where the child lives at, the type of food the child eats, stuff like that, right? obviously the mother lives in the house with the child, and if she get pregnant, the new child gonna live in that house. So and unless your name is on the deed or something, the new child is gonna reap the benefits of that house that you're essentially paying for with your child support as an affluent man. That's why I said it's unfortunate, but technically it's like I don't see how you're gonna get around that, even legally. I don't see how you get around it.
Brother Allen, looks like, do you have anything you want to say to this? You want to add anything? Floor is open.
Yes, I definitely do agree with her on that. Like it, because there's no regulations and there's no day-to-day mathematics breaking everything down for each child and stuff like that, especially when you deal with a woman that has multiple children by different men. And one man is able to pay more than the next man pay, or even the man that's not even there paying anything. All those children are under one roof. And this is a sad situation about it now. I'm just being honest. Yeah, that child is going to benefit off that man that she slept with. She chose to sleep with, or she chose to be with and have a child by. The man that's making the most money is going to pay the most. He's going to provide for children that, you know, is not even technically his and things like that in that situation. It just is what it is. This is how the system works. And at some point, these are the problems that we're having as men, you know, and regardless of financial income, yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, she's going to use that money to take care of the rest of the children. You know, if you're the only man in that scenario that's capable of paying, let's just go here. Let's just flat number. If you're the only man that's paying $3,000 a month in child support, let's just go there in that household, and she has two other children by, you know, okay, let's keep it simple. She has two other children by one other man. She has your child and then two other children by one other man. Those children are going to benefit from that $3,000, like it or not. It just is what it is. That was a situation, and I did a commentary on that on my channel. A daughter was awakened by her father that, you know, her father was spending the most money as far as child support amongst her and her siblings. And her siblings, of course, was benefiting off her child support. And she started asking her mother questions and this and that, because her father was explaining to her, it's like, listen, look, I'm paying X, Y, and Z for you specifically. And, you know, the daughter woke up and she went against the mother and was like, okay, well, why when I ask you for something, if my father is paying $2,000 a month, when I ask you for something, then where is it at? Because, you know, hypergamy runs in all women, whether they be grown women or young women. Hold on. Hypergamy runs in all y'all, whether you like it or not. So the thing of it is that this young lady was asking the question to her mother. It's like, where's my money? And basically, and, you know, it was of course, no explanation, but at the same time, though, too, she knew where that money was going to. It was being split between her other siblings, which the fathers of those children were not paying nothing, or nowhere near the amount that, you know, this young lady was getting. And that's
so in that situation, you would have to pay 3 times the amount in order for your child to get what you intended them to get.
No, it does go by the amount of money that you make. if you're making $100,000 a year plus, you're going to get charged a lot different from the men that she sleeps with that's not making that amount. If she sleeps with you and you impregnate her and you know that you're making $100,000 a year plus, and she sleeps with, little Pookie because he didn't enticed her, he didn't aroused her, her loins and her, innards and things like that, and he skeets off in her, and she gets pregnant by Pookie. Pookie don't have no job. He ain't got no substance about himself. He ain't got no mental stability about himself. He not providing anything. He's barely providing for himself. So if you do the same thing that Pookie has done, but you're the $100,000 a year man, you're going to pay the amount of money that the court is going to tell you that you need to pay for your specific child. But the key thing is that you're paying the most, because Pookie cannot pay what you're paying. He doesn't have the skill, the mental ability, the capacity in order to make the money that you're making. So you just entangled yourself. Shout out to Jada Pinkett Smith, mad love. You just entangled yourself in a situation to where you're going to be paying the most as a man, that, what she slept with after is not. So you actually providing for everybody. Low key, sometime maybe even here. If she low down and dirty like that, she's still probably sleeping with Pookie and Ray Ray. But I digress. Let's keep going.
If you have a child with a woman and y'all are in a relationship and you stay there, just prove that you live there. So when you go to court, you're already going to have a $10,000, between $6,000 and $10,000 tag on your head, because she does anything through the state, they're more than likely going to charge you with the birth. That's why you have to pay those arrears on top of your initial judgment. But if she's living in a home and she has your child and you go on with your life and she has children by other men, that has nothing to do with you. And this is where you get into a trick bag, because the courts, of course, it's for the sake and upkeep of the home and everything that's within that home. It ain't got nothing to do with individuals in the home. It's the home itself. It don't matter if she had a car, if she had 2 cars, whatever's attached to that home is what you paying for. So what she does with that money, you better think before you put yourself in that situation. Now, if you were a $50,000 man, most states across the board are going to start off at 20%. Some states below the Mason-Dixon line will charge at least 50% of your gross income. So if you don't want to do that in a situation, just protect yourself. Always protect yourself. Brothers gave good advice. You gotta, if you have a child, take yourself down there yourself. They're going to go off the income you have today. And shut your mouth up. Don't be going around your baby mama flossing if you know she's jealous. So she won't be like, I'm going to take you back, and they do an audit and they increase it because you want to be flashy. No. Be humble. The most important thing is the relationship with your child. See if you can get your child. Go through the courts early. Say, I won't apply for joint custody, because all of that goes on your credit. When you think you don't want to pay, and 20 years down the road, they go take your little $600 Social Security check for that child support. So you got to be smarter now. You got to cover yourself up. If you don't want to marry the woman, you just want to have sex, make sure you have those conversations, protect yourself. Because I saw a video earlier, I don't know if it was this channel, a man found out a woman gave him something. So be careful, man. That's all I got to say. Be careful.
Did anybody else have anything to say on that?
We are at the 3-hour and 30-minute mark. The show is now coming to an end. You know what I'm saying? I want to thank you all for being on here. Salute to Grace. Grace, I don't know where you went or something happened, but definitely hit us in the back end. Let us know what's going on. But yeah, You know what I mean? Salute to her. Salute to Smitty. Salute to everybody that pulled up. Salute to Tika, for her providing content and you guys having a different conversation. But yeah, man, salute to everybody that pulled up, man. Lola, Vic, Alan Taylor, Marcus, you know what I mean? Sister Foxy, Arpane, Omni Trey. Everybody that pulled up, man. Thank you for pulling up, man. I appreciate y'all. I will be on tomorrow with the Educational Soapbox with my family Nisi. We'll be on here tomorrow. I think 5 p.m. my time, 8 p.m. Eastern. I thank you all, man, for rocking out with all of us, man, today, whether it was Black Files or whether it was this show. I definitely thank you for that. You know what I'm saying? With that, we are out, y'all. Peace.